Hello, okay, testing. 1, 2, 3. Welcome. Thank you for the first night of bear. I should set up a first redeem and stuff. There's many things I should set up in my stream things, which I have just been too busy to do for a long time. But hello everyone. Yep. Let me switch camera feed first. Boom. Hello. How goes? Oh. Hello. Why am I staring straight at the screen? What the heck has just happened to VTube Studio? Hello, Dr. Anime as well. Welcome. Hold up, where's my blood? Where's the thing? Where is the thing? Webcam. Choose webcam. I want that. No. Oh shit, has my tracking camera just... No, couldn't have. My tracking camera could have just died outright. Wait a second. Huh, this was working before stream started. This is Storm Swords Day? Nice. Well, Camera off. Camera on. HD webcam, blah. Yes, that is correct. Oh, how strange. My tracking web camera is not turning on. That's an issue and a bit. Hello, camera, please. You know what? It ain't a VTuber stream without it being a bit scuffed, but, okay, whoa, hello. Huh. Okay, I'm just gonna stare into the void at you. Hi, hello, hi, there we go, hi, yes. I'm just gonna stare at you like that, unblinkingly, looking into your soul. And, that's just gonna be that, and then I need to check this off stream, because, I was sick last week. I still got a slight scratchy throat, but it's almost nothing now. And so, yeah, I want to just get on with the hobbying. I will fix this later. As in, later. Hopefully before next week. But, yeah, that is, that's a little bit of an inconvenience. But yeah, let's see. I want to see, where's my thing? So yeah, what has happened since last week when I got fucking sick? Well, I went to an 11th edition launch party where we got our Armageddon boxes. We got some quick rounds of 11th edition, which we messed up the rules on here and there and stuff. You know, that's just how it goes. And then I got fucking sick for over a week. And so I haven't touched 11th edition since then. And, yeah. But that doesn't mean all's lost, because we got games coming up soon. I also got a tournament coming up for Star Wars, which is unrelated to this, but minor detail. So anyway, as you can see here right now, I touched some models yesterday. These are my Death Company, which I use the Mark II's Horse Heresy Marines for, just because the weapon upgrade sprue gives a lot more weapon options. And basically, I'm just saying that they're hallucinating in the Horse Heresy armor, so yeah, that's that. And also, it's just much better deal and much better value per model. So, yep. I need to do the basing for them. I might do the basing for these later tonight. We'll see how the timing goes tonight for this. They're being led by this lovely Mark 6 armor dude with all the damaged armor panels and stuff. Don't mind the World Eater's symbol. That's been broken off a bit. He's a Blood Angel. So, yep. And so, yeah, I know in 2 weeks' time, I have joining a Kill Team narrative event, and I'm going to do the Angel of Death Kill Team, but with Death Company as my narrative thing. Basically, narratively, I'm joining the narrative event with a Kill Team of Death Company going to run amok. So I want get these guys ready in time. Here you go. Here's the sergeant with his thunder hammer and his Inferno pistol. It's a power maul and a Volkite pistol. I haven't done the color yet because I haven't chosen the color. feel like a red body for the Neo Volkite doesn't quite match, so I think I'll just do regular colorings for his pistol. Also, I need to do his little, like, the base of his plume, I need to do, like, gold or something just to look different. But again, I'm getting these bare minimum quality ready to go first. I got 2 weeks to get it ready. And that's that. So yeah, just blue tacking them down. I do like these guys, though. The pose is a bit static, but just, like, ugh, he's just standing there. He's ready. He's got his giant eviscerator. He's going to go vroom with it. Yeah. And also, another thing I just quickly started off stream was, this was a Horus Heresy apothecary pack. There's 2 apothecaries in one pack. And I'm doing them as sanguinary priests, since they have the apothecary stuff and the chainsword, which matches the current sanguinary priest. And yeah, I'm not too sure if I want this head or not still. I might swap for a different head. Kira's might also just be lazy and just use this head. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. The white is a fucking bitch to do, as always. I mean, I need to do his chain sword, some of the smaller details, and then base him into a 40mm base instead. And, yeah, then I have a Sanguinary Priest to go, since the 11th edition rule set is kind of fucky-wucky, and if I want to stay as Blood Angels for my armies, Sanguinary Priests have become almost a must now. It feels like you must take Sanguinary Priests now in Blood Angels. So I was like, okay. Let's just get... I have one apothecary ready. Let's get this Horus Heresy one done up. And again, he can't be mistaken. He's got the chainsword. So, yeah. And I said, do you like the little 2 little pipey pipe things he has on his little belt and things? Yeah, so also small details. So it's like, you know what? You've got your 3 colors on you now. I need to do the head in white. I want to do the head in white. And again, I'm not sure I'm 50-50 on the helmet. I might change like a spare Primaris helmet instead or something. But I love the studs. I love all the Horus Heresy which has like the studs in it. Like, where's my captain? Here we go. Like my Death Company captain here. He's got the studded Mark 6 armor. But yeah, they're both studded Mark 6 armors. So I was like, you know what? I like this aesthetic. And I hope we get more of it for more of the Primaris things as well. Or I'll just find a 3D print some things as well. Like alternate pieces and stuff. Yep, this is Death Company. Yeah. This is actually a World Eater's special character from Horus Heresy, but I've painted him as Death Company. You know, his damaged armor with the damaged World Eater symbol is it's a damaged symboling, it's fine. So yeah, so Mark 6 World Eater's character is my Death Company captain. And then I got a bunch of Mark 2 Marines as the Death Company on foot. And I used the Mark 2 Marines with jump packs as the Death Company with jump packs as well. Oh, let me get those up for you to take a look at. Wait, let's see. Whoop. Which box was it? Is it this one? Nope, that's the other box. I have 2 mailboxes, black mailboxes. One of them has my Death Company, one of them has my spare characters in it. There we go. Yeah. There we go. And here's the Mark II Assault Marines as the Death Company with jump packs. They got a slightly darker black to them. I think the wash I did was too thick on these, but now they're just consistent. These I left with a much, much lighter wash, so they are a dark silvery black, which I like the slightly lighter color on this a bit more than this. But I'm not going to go back and change these. These are done. Basically, this 10 man of these guys in the dark armor will be one squad. I have a second box of these, I'll do another squad slightly lighter. So, yeah. Also, about game Blood Angels, wanted to play them as Death Companies that, well, also they need to be sub-detached with Blood Angels. They are one of the squads you can take in Blood Angels. Right now, there's only like 2 or 3 viable detachments, and you can take them in all 3 of them. I'd say these are best in the Rage Cursed Onslaught, but they work pretty well in Liberate Assault Group. And basically, you just pay the points for the squad. I'd say a 10-man jump Death Company is almost always taken. It's just pretty good, and they have the Chaplain or the Marty's leading it. More than one 10-man squad, they start becoming a bit expensive to take. That's the thing. That's the only issue. They're expensive to take, and they don't have much survivability. They're a glass cannon sort of unit. You send them in, they kill something big, and then if they survive, good for you. If they don't, they did their job. So yeah. I did a squad on foot just because I feel like the foot squad has purpose, I think, right now, especially with much easier cover saves and line of sight blocking. They can foot slog to a terrain piece and then charge in after that. Plus, then also, they have a special thing where, as you loot the ones on foot at least, as you lose models, you gain sustained hits with them. Under starting strength, the whole squad is sustained hits 1. Under half strength, the whole squad is sustained hits 2 in melee. So it's like, And then with a 10-man, they have a higher chance of surviving to be under half strength, and then still being quite combat effective. So, yeah. So I feel like one squad of 10 of each. I'm going to be trying one squad of 10 of each in my games, and just see how it goes. And yeah, also thank you for the follow, by the way. If I could run full 2,000 point army death card for the memes, I think, let me see, 230 for 10 of these, 460, 6, you can get about 700 points of just the jump guys, 150, you could get, I think you get to about 1,500 points with the jump guys and the foot guys, if you max out their squads. It's a strategy. You're going to need a lot of characters and chaplains leading them, because they're going to have no objective control. That's the one issue. They have no objective control unless they are within 12 inches of a chaplain or 6 inches of a Blood Angel character. And so, depending on your detachment, you're going to have issues actually holding objectives. And you just have to be very careful in staying hidden and stuff. But it could work. I feel like, again, 11th edition is pretty new still. We don't really know the ins and outs of all the shit we need to deal with anymore. But I think mostly Death Company with like a few scouts, maybe one intercessor squad to stick in a home objective, could work. You just have to be very careful and very hidden. And then just charge to see what happens. I agree, the only issue is that they may have trouble punching up against, like, super big demons, or if enemy has, say, all tanks, you might have trouble punching up against it. You have to go by volume attacks. But again, it could work, but it also depends on now the detachment disposition. Like, if you're playing Liberator Assault Group, a lot of Death Company is gonna fucking screw you over completely, because Liberator Assault Group got taken hold as a disposition. It was like, one of our detachments that battle shocks our squad for our most powerful combat bonus. So, Liberator Assault Group may not be that good anymore for them. You definitely want them for Rage Curse Onslaught, because the Rage Curse detachment has 2 stratagems that are only for Death Company, so they are sort of a must-take in that detachment. And again, their only issue is they're only toughness 4. So they are glass cannon melee dudes. But then if you can work around that, then hey, should be fine. Again, a 10-man of jump guys with a leader is pretty much always taken in most lists as far as I know, except for maybe Angelic Inheritors. So yeah, good work. We dream stuck deep in Salamander. I appreciate army building around. Nice, yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's so many Space Marine things to do. It's like, oh shit, I have to commit to this, commit to that, and so on. Lord. Yo, Krieg army? Oh god, nice. That's a lot of also paid. Gee, 3,000 in Krieg. Goddamn. Yeah, I've got Space Marines. I got a few bit of World Eaters, but then World Eaters kind of sucks right now, I think. Well, they were sucking in their remake in 10th, and I think they still suck. And I have a boarding patrol for Sisters, which I might touch up as well. We'll see. Again, I got a lot of Space Marine backlogs, so I'm right now just saying, let's get as much of my Space Marine shit done. Especially also 11th edition, when, you know, Mesa's changing stuff. Let's have all my other toys built and ready so that if I need to, like, well, if I feel like changing to, like, Dark Angels or Generic Marines, I have the models built to use and try out different strategies. Because that's also the fun part of Space Marines. A Space Marine is a Space Marine, so you can always try a different chapter here or there, try some other models you don't use much, and just see what happens. You don't have to, like, overly invest completely in a brand new thing. So, yeah. Look at new edition, new shit. Although, again, they say, especially in this first coming 3 months, they might do up to monthly updates with how all the detachment dispositions work. So it's like, a lot of shit might be changing it very quickly. So it's a case of, Let's just build shit, finish up what I'm already working on, build new shit, and then, tactically adjust as the updates come. That's that. So yeah. Let's see. Your big three armies: salamanders, red corsairs, and bad moves. Very nice. Oh. I think I'm mostly gonna be doing my Blood Angel things. Then I'll probably peeking more into the Sisters of Battle, and then pop here and there into Chaos here and there. I have Chaos Knights, but they're such big and slow projects that I ain't fielding them anytime soon. I've got 2 knights built and painted, the big ones. I've got all the war dogs and stuff to do, but it's like, they take time. I got a lot of Space Marines taking space, so I'm working on all my Space Marines right now. But I do have that 7 war dog box set, so I've got war dogs for days. I got plenty of war dogs to run. I have the models to run as Chaos Knights. I just don't have them built or painted yet. But yeah, let's see. Let's going. Here's the Operation Imperator book that came in the 11th edition box set, which has no rules in it at all. It's just laws and pictures, which is nice. Hold on, what? Why are they talking about Marnius Augustus Calgar above the picture of the Blood Angels? God damn it! It's Marnius Calgar and Blood Angel armor now. Can't get away from the Blood Ultramarines. Yeah, the page right before they talk about the Blood Angels is like, oh yeah, here's Marnius Calgar. Yeah, let's just talk about him for a bit. Nice. Alright, let's just put the book to the side. We're not looking at the book right now. We're looking at the Best Marine side of Armageddon. I found something to put this box with, so I've put the orcs to the side, and I'll be working on my Space Marines. And pretty much I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runners of Space Marines, and a bunch of bases. And the plan is tonight, build all these push-fit models in one go. Then I can put them to the side, and then I'm going to have a nice, big, empty box to put all my spare runners, my spare models, and my backlog runners in. Because this is a nice, sturdy box. It's a nice, wide box. So I need to empty it right now and build the models so I can put all my other runners into it instead. Yeah, in this case off, I wish I was playing orcs, but I don't play orcs. I can't commit to playing as orcs right now. And if someone else wants to make use of the orc side, and they're going to pay me pay me 50% for 50% of the box, so I can spend for more Space Marine things, then so, yeah, why not? If I want to play orcs later, I'll just play orcs later. God, when I first started, if I didn't know better, I would have started as Adeptus Mechanicus. Which is a good thing I didn't start as that, because one, I pre-knew they are one of the expensive armies to collect, and at the time I started playing, 10th edition, they were in the worst state possible, almost unplayable state, since they got 2 whole reworks to get them fixed. Then they became pretty good, but then I was already in Space Marines. And again, Space Marines, if they fuck up one Space Marine faction, a Space Marine is a Space Marine. I can play a different Space Marine faction with most of the units anyway. So it's like, you know what? Oh, it all turns out well. But yeah, let us get going. Although I am not going to build in exact order because, for reasons, I want to make the Librarian first. I only have a full boss Librarian right now, and I kind of, based on the new double leader attachments you can have in 40k now, a Librarian with a Sanguinary Priest is kind of a bullshit combination. It just give a regular squad 4-up invulnerable save and a 5-up Fear No Pain and +1 AP in melee. And as Blood Angels, you're probably going to be Liberated Assault Group or Rage Cursed, where you're getting a ton of attacks and strength and stuff. It's like, I can make my regular dudes into a fucking annoying, hard-to-kill squad. And, get bonuses to melee. It's like, why wouldn't I do that? That seems like a great idea. And so, that is what I'm going to do. So yeah, so I want to make the librarian first. I was looking into things for the ancient as well, but it feels like +1 OC with the ancient versus 5 up funeral pain with the sanguinary priest. The priest feels like the better option. Of course, I also might run out of priest because you only bring 3 of them anyway. But then, would I bring more than 3 big squads to benefit from this? I'm not sure. Because then, priest with blade guard also would be pretty good as well. Priest, chaplain, blade guard. Basically, there's ideas, there's options. Meta's changing here and there. Whether we will weather the storm or we need rebalancing, we'll find out. But yeah, anyway, let me find the librarians runners. This is the captains. Oh, wait, okay, here you go. I found librarian. He's part of the Vanguard Veterans runner. I also there's new Vanguard Veterans in here as well, which I'm excited for what they're going to become, but let's find out what their multi-part kit involves. So I'm kind of happy these are push fit, because if the multi-part kit massively changes what weapons they have, I can just push fit the arms off and replace the arms with something else instead. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But right now, let's just get building. Again, oh, they've mixed. Oh my god, they mixed it up completely. The librarian is here. There's Vanguard Veteran here. There's Vanguard Veteran. There's more librarian. More Vanguard Veteran. Please tell me it's only on one runner and I don't have to chase through multiple runners. I like this sword. Nice, let's see. Oh, sorry, quick count. 5 points, but that goes 2 Bane Blades and the Storms with the Shadow Sword. Yep, that would boost your points by a fuck ton. Thankfully, I've only had to face a Bane Blade twice in my 40k history. And the second time I faced it, my teammate dealt with it. So huzzah. Well, I'm not sure, again, we'll see how things work in 11th edition. Many things are changing, many things are different, many things not different. And here we go, okay. So yeah, I would say that it feels like there's a lot to deal with for that whole disposition. The disposition thing, I think, feels like it's the hardest thing to deal with right now. There's just so much to look at and compare with. And in some cases, like, oh, Liberated Assault Group is taken hold. The mission that would be the last mission type I try to take as Liberated Assault Group. So that involves a major playstyle list building difference. And oh my god, is this head not on the same runner here? I'm trying to find 52 still. Had fun blasting Catan shards with them. Ooh, shit. Yep. Catan shards are certainly a thing. They're pretty much the distraction card effects, which are nigh impossible to kill. There we go, and ooh my. Oh, not sure if you can see. Look at that. Look at that mold line down the center of the helmet. Oh boy. Whose idea was it to try to get all this built in one night? As I look at these mold lines, which I have to clean between all these little details. Oh my goodness, where's my... Hold on. I had a sharper knife somewhere here. You. No. You? Yes. Let us scrape these mold lines. There we go. The entire game put out the Shadow Sword. Yup. What's the toughness on the Bane Blade, by the way? I forget right now. Because I've seen from the new detachments for Space Marines, at least, they've got some... Dark Angels has some bullshit with them. Like, for 1 detachment point, Dark Angels can get +2 strength to apply to their plasma guns. So it's like, strength 11 plasma exterminators on Redemptor Dreadnoughts and Repulsor Executioners. That feels kind of bullshit. Potentially strength 12, because you can combine that with Firestorm for +1 strength in 12 inches. It feels like Blood Angel's plasma shooting might be the way to go. And I do have a Repex and a Redemptor with a plasma gun. You know, it could be funny. Mold lines, yep. Mold lines straight down the center of the helmet. Amongst all these psychic wires and stuff. Banebush usually T14, T13. Ooh, okay, so can't quite wound a Bane Blade on a 4. Well, can with a Thunderstrike, Storm Speeder buffing. But well, still, that's just like, Dark Angels can wound the Bane Blades on 4s with a little bit of support and a stratagem from a 1 detachment point detachment. That feels pretty busted, to say the least. And of course, the plasma gun also has like D6 plus something shots, which is a lot better than just 2 shots most of the main guns have. So it's like, Dark Angels, you're seeming pretty fancy, pretty good. You've had shit detachments for a while, but now you've had this one DP detachment. It's like, really good. Because 1 DP means it can combine with almost anything else. And I'm just saying Firestorm just for maxing out the combination of plus bonus strength. And also, being within 12 inches in the new edition seems realistic, since most things would have like 15-inch low-nop thing anyway, when being hidden in terrain. So, you know, you're going to be going forward anyway. You're probably going to get in 12 inches for extra strength. And you just overcharge to your heart's desire with 1,000,000 plasma shots. So yeah, geez, this is a thing. These mold lines are annoying. These aren't bad as the legs on the heavy intercessors. Those heavy intercessor mold lines are fucking appalling. But still, they are noticeable. Also, I'm going to trim down the pegs just so that it's easy to remove this. Because, yeah, like heck, I'm going to be able to paint that detail later. I'm going to make sure all these push-fit models are disassemblable for painting later for sure. I ain't going to be cementing any of these together. Oh, got this. Mold line on the front to the leg. Oh, whose grand idea was it to build all these in one go? I'm already seeing the flaw in this plan. Because I forgot GW has issues not having mold lines on their models. How does this even go in? How? Well, is that your leg, or you just happy to see me? Digging a new steel hammer detachment, get your Baneblade Warlord who can give two orders to other attacks. Well, shit, mate. That's a lot of orders. Gee, how come your detachment lets you have 2 orders? 55, 56. Alright, this is no longer a case of I'm gonna do this all in one night. It's gonna be crazy. How far can I get before it hits midnight instead? Because, oh my goodness. That's the start of the mold lines I have to deal with. This is gonna take a bit. Alright. Oh, don't tell me you put the bloody nub on the book. Oh, God. No, they put the nub on the top of the book cover. On his... Oh, no, they put it on top of the belt buckle. Well, I hope most of this gets covered by the robe or something, because... Shit. Just lightly sand this all around. More. Oh! Also, can you see that line, that curved line down across the detailed panel here? Damn. Also comes with 0 penalties for firing engagement range. Oh, damn. That's nice. Gotta love that. Yeah, I think there's, especially with Space Marines, Vindicators is still going to be a major thing for Space Marines to be using. Just hope they don't get legended anytime soon. Okay, I think the Mold Knights have been dealt with. Trim the pegs. I know they did recently, they showed off the multi-part Outriders that come in. Those seem pretty cool. I like Outriders. I have like 18 of them of various states of built and unbuilt. So, I'm definitely going to be digging into my spare parts to kit bash in the multi-part Sergeant weapons onto them now. Actually, Outriders could... Ooh. Outriders did get a little bit cheaper as well. Oh my god. Are you really not fitting flush to each other? Oh god, it doesn't fit flush. Oh my god, look at that gap where the cloak is at. Oh my god, the cloak has a gap in it. So I'd have to seal this in fully to really make it all stick together. Then I have to paint around all that? How should I handle that after the fact? Paint everything separately, stick it together, then mess up the paint to seal in the gaps between it. Oh, let's see. Is it because something else in here is not fitting all the way in? No, there's a legitimate small gap in it. It doesn't flush from both ends unless I push in. Okay, soul searching. Soul searching. Do I want to enrage myself later to paint that head separately and then merge this after and then paint the head after that? Ugh. Future me problem. Just push fit, build the damn thing first. Future me will deal with the gaps and stuff when I get to it. Yes. Just fuck it and move on first. 56, here we go. Oh my goodness. Well, this is really going to be painful, to say the least. Suppose I could do a little putty fill. Something. Or I can lacquer prime it first. Then use my lacquer filler to fill it in. Oh, future me to deal with. Current me just needs to get the thing built. And decide how to do the colors as well. Just make one, get quench your tanks to squash infantry, or you can spend a point in your buildings drive through. Oh yeah, just drive through a building, that's fine. Oh, well, that is a that is a major gap on a flowing cloak. Along the entire side of that. Wow, I don't like that. I would seal that if I could. The head could just be glued separately in later. I think when I get to painting this, I'll seal the body the head I'll take out, I'll snip the little head's rod inside here. Like this little stick thing. Seal the body, and I'll just slip the head in and glue it in manually later then. Just so I can seal the body together so all the seams are gone and paint it up. So, okay. Again, that's later. That is later. Just build the damn model so I can use and play with it first. But indeed. Not new box about model stuff. Yep, indeed. The thing is, this is like the intro box, so this is what new players are going to get. And the new players are going to be like, why doesn't it fit right? And I was like, it just doesn't. There's nothing wrong with you. It just does not fit right off the bat. Of course, there's also going to be a new starter set. The starter set's releasing as well soon. It's like, And those are going to have some extra things in it too, and the terrain. Oh well. Anyway, I got the box because I wanted to get the cards, the book. I didn't get the last edition star box set, release box, so I wanted this release box. I know what, for after splitting it, the price I'm paying, in the end, is the price I would be paying for like just the land speeder, for example. So, it's still much cheaper models. And then I get the Eradicator with the bolters, I get the land speeder, I have the Vanguard veterans, I get the Librarian, the Jump Chaplain. So, you know, it's not too bad. Value-wise, it's okay. It's pretty good. Quality-wise, though, it's like, yeah. You could have done better. I would have hoped you'd done better with the quality, honestly. Oh. Let me see. Thankfully, these parts are push fit, right? Yes. There we go. Oh. And then we have 59. Here's his bog staff. His force weapon. Go. Carefully. Nice and easy. Trying to look for mold lines I need to deal with. So far, no, thankfully. What's this? Oh, good. So here's these, like, ram horns at the back of the staff to hold nubs. That's good. Well, let's stick this in. Hello, thank you for the follow. Empire. Thank you. So then this fits in here. Arm rotates a bit. There's a small gap there as well, because the alignment isn't quite there. Fine. Future issues to deal with. Aha! Kabam! Just Len, hello. Thank you for the follow. Very appreciate it. Just Len, thank you kindly. I'm building the 11th edition box set. The Armageddon box set. Right against some with the Librarian. And, yeah, there's a small gap where that arm is, but I feel like it's shadowed enough you're not going to see the gap when it's painted up. Anyway. And actually, okay, so that big gap, which was in the cloak here, is exactly covered by the little two pipes along the arm. So, and there's only this gap here. So, okay. Alright, it's not that bad then. the gap which was there is hidden by the arm, literally. So, not the end of the world at the end. Yeah, actually, it looks pretty nice now. And now that I know that major gap, literally the entire major gap on the entire side of the body, is literally blocked off by his whole arm. It's like, okay, alright, okay, that's fine. You knew about the gap. There shouldn't have been a gap, but you knew there's going to be a gap there, and you covered it with something. Okay, that's fine then. I'm not as pissed off anymore. There. So pissed off at the seam lines I had to deal with, but at least the rest of the body is nice and nice and covered up and nice and good. Huzzah. And I remember to glue this together later when I'm painting. So now let's get his backpack and base. Oh, his feet are part of the massive tactical rock. I mean, I should have expected that for an easy build, but still, it's like, oh. I wish his feet were separate. Yeah, well. That's the feet. He's piece 60 for his backpack. There we go. He does a nice runic backpack. Yeah, go up. So yeah. Excited to use him, especially with his flop invulnerable. There's fucking gap! Oh wait, it's covered. Never mind. Okay, never mind. You're fine then. You're fine. You're fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. There we go. There is some seam line, but then that's a minor one, which almost all backpacks have anyway. That's to be expected. Again, this is not as bad as the heavy intercessor legs. Really, it's just disappointing that they do have the massive seams there. They haven't tried to improve that or anything. There we go. I do like this little, like, horned skull that the backpack has. He's got some little runic bits on his backpack vents as well, which is nice. Snip. Yeah, so need to get this. I also have one of the old school library. Is that a nub? No, that is a piece of floating rock. I have one of the old school firstborn librarians I need to build up as well, which looks pretty cool. Oh, thank you! Spanish Inquisition, 1910, oh god! No, I expect Spanish Inquisition. So I'm going to have 2 librarians, regular librarians, ready to go for my army. So I'm probably going to do one with 10 assault intercessors with the Sanguinary Guard, or Sanguinary Priest, and the other one, maybe with 10 Hellblasters, maybe. Or maybe 10 Infernus Marines. Just for a very hard to kill Overwatch threat. That would be fun. Might be useful, might be fun, I'm not quite sure yet, though. Yeah, last Maybe Rocks had a thoroughly warp spoon it. Third party set of thoughts, so... Though, so... The complaint would GW would take longer. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I gotta mix a third party and first party kits in my thing, depending on how likely the model's gonna get legended, pretty much. So if I think the model's gonna get legended soon, I'll third party it. Because I ain't paying full price for a model just to get it retired and unusable. 10 Hellblaster with 4++ is quite good as well. Yeah, 10 Hellblaster with 4++. Put a priest in for the 5-up Funeral Pain as well. So that, you know, they can take some of their mortals off when they overheat. Well, also, it could be funny. Also, what is happening here? Something isn't aligning. The leg piece is not aligning. Oh, there's a peg in here. Oh. trim this peg down a bit to size. Yeah, I think like again with the change with like taking hold for Liberated Assault Group now, and the double character attachments most things can have now, especially with Sanguinary Priests, is like, what weird combinations with the Sanguinary Priest can I make that actually could be legit? And again, like in First Marines with Flop Invound and Five Feet of Pain, Hellblasters with that, just put them loud and proud in the center somewhere. It's like, go on, shoot them. You're going to take a lot of firepower to delete them. You might not want to invest all that firepower into these little dudes. But they are a threat, and they are right here in your face. Wow. Stick back. I'm like, okay. There's some shenanigans to be had here. And, oh, look at that. Hazard only does one mortal now, but happens to 1 and 2, so good trade. Yeah, it seems to be a good trade. And, yeah, 3+ on death, even. And then this... Well, I think now this goes back to the Dark Angels one, where the 1 DP detachment of... Just get 2 strength to your plasma guns now. And get upgrades so that your Hellblast can Overwatch at 5s instead of 6s. It's like, There's some shenanigans... There's some combinations. Of course, if you do the Dark Ages one, I can't take the Sanguinary Priest. But still, 4+ inbound save to them is pretty frickin' good. Let's see. This is a 40 mil base, right? So that just pushes in. There, look at that. Look at him. That's pretty fucking cool. This sticks out almost an inch beyond the fucking base. But hey, this looks pretty cool. Looks nice. Let's see, how does he scale against my kit bashing Sanguinary Priest, which is the Horus Heresy one? Yeah, hold on, let's get your head on here. I do a lot of Horus Heresy models because they're cheaper sometimes, or they look cooler. So, he's a. So it's a bit like Shakespeare like Tigurus? Yeah, he does. He is about a head taller, which is... That is the case for the whole Primaris versus Firstborn. Suppose if I get this guy a tactical rock, like a piece of cork as a tactical rock to stand on top of his base, then yeah, he'd look somewhat proportional. Again, this guy, he's dramatic. He's got the staff out. He's got his robe flowing. He's got the rock thing. So yeah, my priest, I think, just give him a cork base so he stands a bit taller. I mean, could work fine. I mean, how does he look next to my Death Company proxies? Seems mostly okay. Again, about a head height difference, that's about it. But then he's being very heroic and epically posed and stuff. Could be okay. How about next to Chaplain? Here's Primaris Chaplain. I think it's just he's looking bigger than even the Primaris Chaplain, but that's just because he's in the dramatic pose, I think. Because foot to foot, height to height. I think he's just being dramatic. The dramatic posing makes him look bigger than he is. Let's see. Lieutenant? Yeah, because this guy's got a wider pose. To match this guy's wider pose, they look in line with each other. Yeah, I think it's just the posing. Okay. So, my Horus Heresy priest, I'm going to have to give a little bit of a cork base, just stand a bit higher, it'll be good. And then, yeah, we're good. Go with that. So, okay, we got our librarian ready. My first regular librarian. Now I have a Phobos, a Tacticus, and a Terminator librarian. Ready to go in my army. Should shove the random pieces aside here. Anyway, okay, let us move on to next. Now that the main thing I wanted to get built was done, let us go for the next one, which I think is... It's going to follow the order now, so Let's get myself another Captain with Storm Shield going. I'm going to have 2 Captain Storm Shields now, so I have 2 Captains that could run with Blade Guard. And I do have 9 Blade Guard now. That could be fun. Let's get him out here. Have you seen the stuff that can happen in Librarius? Yes! The new Librarius Conclave. Again, if my Liberated Assault Group wasn't already 3DP, I'd be trying to combo Librarius in with things. Like, basically, if anytime I can't take Liberated Assault Group, I think Librarius is an auto pick with, say, the 10-man Stern Guard, led by a Librarian, maybe led by a Sanguinary Priest as well. And then you get the Fusillade one where you get critical hits on 5s or something, and just against monsters and stuff, and just re-roll everything. And just send mortals out the wazoo. In Librarian to, well, give them the Librarius bonuses. And 4-up Invuln. The Priest to give them the 5-up Fear No Pain, so they become an annoying... a very annoying unit to kill. And then what else can they do? I think just maximize on Stern Guard bolt rifles. Just so they all have assault. So you can advance shoot them. Just for the mobility to get when you need to go into thing. I feel like the mobility... having mobility and getting 1 regular bolt rifle shooting versus the heavy bolter that doesn't have assault is worth it. Just all them regular bolt rifle, Stern Guard bolt rifles, and just go pew pew pew. And also it gets sustained 1 from the enhancement within 12 plus 1 AB. Yeah, exactly. It's like just all 10 Stern Guard bolt rifles, Power Fist for the Sergeant, Librarian, Sanguinary Priest. You're done. Just go to town. That feels like the way to go with that one. And again, it feels... I'm trying not to just buy models just because a combo is going to work well. But also feels like that's such a strong combo, and in any situations where, say, I can't take a 3DP detachment, that's going to be an almost requirement. As one of the, like, death kill blobs as Blood Angels. So yeah, I'm going to be looking into picking up Stern Guard or seeing what I can proxy as Stern Guard under the Horus Heresy line or something. Like Mark III Marines with a weapon upgrade set to give them a fancier looking bolt rifle, maybe. I have to see if there's any bolt rifle upgrade weapon sets that Horus Heresy has. That gives it like fancier looking rifles compared to the regular. I'm gonna just go with that. There we go. 1. Number 2 with his swingy sword hand. Again, this captain I made looking through may rummage my spare piece and change like what his weapons are and stuff. But for now, again, since this is a push fit dude, I'm just gonna push fit as many models as I can together. Just so then I can, well, have them ready to be used. They are available to deploy to battle. I can slowly kit bash and paint them as I go later. Just get the damn models built first. Build them, play with them. Very carefully scrape that. There we go. Doing simple because you run them. Have 10 Stern Guard before they were broken. Oh, nice. Yeah, I never got the Leviathan set, so I never had any Stern Guard. I proxied some intercessor, my, what you call it? Not Death. Yeah, my Death Watch intercessors as them, because I was originally going to play as Death Watch, but then as I was building them and painting them, they fucking legended the Death Watch faction for a bit. I was like, well, okay, fine then, I'm going to be Blood Angels. And then they unlegended them. It's like, god damn it, make up your minds. So I have a few, like, Death Watch painted models already. So, like, well, they don't really fit the rest of my army, but I'm also not going to bother repainting them either. So I was like, okay, no, I'm just gonna randomly have Deathwatch assisting me here and there every so often. So, that's how it works sometimes. Mutual missions and stuff. Oh, yep, and thank you for the socials command. Yep, I'm mostly active on Twitter and Blue Sky. I've got Instagram, slightly active on that. Let's just say, certain sponsored things I've done before, and upcoming sponsored things will be happening more on the Instagram social side of it. So keep an eye out for that. Said things could be as soon as next week even. I just gotta reconfirm a time slot on something, and then some things will happen next week. Just saying, haha. Also, ad break starting about 12 seconds, so I'll use that, take a break, take a drink, and I'll just continue just sanding and stuff. So if you want to skip the ads, feel free to subscribe, but don't feel pressured to. Please spend your money responsibly, and do so only if it is within your means. Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate. Thank you for the hydration, by the way. Yep, so 3 minutes ads running. I have hydrated, and I'll just quickly start trimming things. Oh, I have to choose a head now. Head. I get 3 head options. I like the plume head, but I'm wondering, do I want to save that plume head for something else? Do I want to save that plume head for my Blood Angels captain? Let's push fit. I can unpush fit the plume head later if I want to change my mind. I'll just keep this one with the spare heads in. Yeah, let me give me that plume head. I want my plume. Ooh, actually, I have an idea. Ooh. Plumehead could work for us. Ooh. I'm going to save the Plumehead for another model instead, actually. Yeah. Hold on, I have an idea. So I'm going to use the old Mark 7 head instead for this one, because I have idea for Plumehead. Uh-oh. I didn't think that would push in so stiffly. There we go. Smoothing. We'll trim down the peg a bit so it's less stiff. It goes in. Yes. Perfect. Need 6-7. 6-7! If you can't hear if you're hearing the advert, 6-7! It's the thing! Oh my god, it's the thing, 6-7! For those who can't hear it, then be blessed the adverts have saved you from my memories. This is a big ass cloak for sure. Yep. Smooth. Okay. Trim down pegs a bit so they don't stick so hard. Let's deal with mold lines. Carefully. Both sides here. So welcome back from the adverts, everyone. I was just sounding things and saying these current two parts are working on 6-7. Let's call it. See, it's 6-7, 6-7. Yeah. Okay. I've had my fun. Or have I? So then, cape goes through, hole in entire body. Like so. Okay, this definitely gonna be pain in pieces because there's no fucking way I'm reaching any of this stuff behind here in this cape. This seals up in front. I need 8, 10, 11. This arm's number 8. Let's say I have a Blood Angels Captain model from the Combat Patrol. I haven't fully built it up yet. I kind of feel like the Centurion head looking helmet would look great on the, like, muscular pec shaped armor panels on that guy. So I think I'm going to save this for the Blood Angels, my Blood Angels Captain. I might even use this with that body to make my Chapter Master even. So you have a very Centurion-looking Chapter Master. Or maybe a Crucible Champion. Well, we don't know how long whether Crucible Champions are going to be legit for how long or not. They might already be out completely in the new edition. But I know, it could be pretty fucking cool. Oh. Let's see. And I need 10, 11. So it's those leg bits and bobs. I do like how dynamically he's posed. Carefully sand that. Don't lose the details. Let's trim all the pegs down because I want to actually be able to pull these off if need be. Stick this down. Yeah. One. This one. Just sand it down ever so slightly. Oh, this side also. Okay. Slots in. And your knee pad is completely open. Oh, wow, really? Knee pad to the belt, to this dagger hilt, to the tassel, to the tilting shield in one piece. This whole piece just stretches right across the entire body. Although, that does make it easy to paint all the things behind it, then stick this down in front. So, it seems bullshit model-wise, but it is everything that wraps around in front that can come away before you paint, and you can stick this back on after. If you don't snap anywhere, unsticking and resticking it, because, yeah, you probably are going to snap it. But I'll try to peg trim this down a bit. peg trim this knee pad bit. So actually, it seems excessive, but it does, if I can pull the part off again later. Okay, if. Then, not too bad, actually. Let's see. Rotate it. Align it. Align it, I said. Take that off here. Okay, that might be stuck there forever now, but future me issue. And I painted in tighter spaces before as well, anyway. Let's see. This little seam along here probably need filling as well. But it's still looking... It looks pretty cool, though. Let's get you on your base first, and then I'll stick your other bits on. So you need your backpack and your shield. Oop. Yeah. One, two, three. I'll just trim this other head off just so the runner can be empty. There. Shield. Very carefully. These are nubs areas. Let's just press fits onto the hand. And then the backpack. Very lightly. Sand down the mold line. Get that mold line between it and the bloody purity seals. Along the little vent area. Okay. Jam that on the backpack. Nice. And then a 40mm base. Oh, trim these pegs down. And stick. Oh, look at that. I'll say this is definitely a very impressive looking captain for sure. This is a very heroically posed captain. This guy's he's got character, he's got image, he's got presence. If only he's a power fist. And then power swords on that. Again, for Blood Angels, power swords actually okay for the assault group. Yes. Nice. Okay, here we go. Got a very epically posed captain here now. Aha. Pew pew. Very cool. Very nice. I'd say that's a very good pose. Because especially with seeing how a lot of Space Marines are posed to their like very generic posings, they're copy paste a lot. This guy, he looks epic. He looks dynamic. This, funny to say, he looks like an Age of Sigmar model, which I don't know if that is a compliment or not. I just know Age of Sigmar models definitely look posed a lot better than other models, and he looks posed like an Age of Sigmar model, which is definitely a plus, put it that way. Going to your first tournament in 2.5 weeks, what do you recommend in terms of staying calm? Oh, staying calm. That's the hard part. I just think, I'd say, because I've done some tournaments as well. Basically, you've got your game plan. You know what you're going to do. Just remind yourself what the game plan is and stick to it. That's it, really. Just go with your game plan, roll the dice, and the dice will speak for you. And that's it, really. That's all I can say. And do your best to get a lot of sleep beforehand. Otherwise, that is basically, it's like it's like any old game of 40k you play. It's just that I guess you just gotta be a bit more anal about the rules in this tournament level and stuff. But then be a fair sport and stuff. Like I would say, if my opponent makes a extremely major mistake that is, I'd say, within half a phase of any mistake, I'd say, just go back and fix it. And then fix that mistake, then quid pro quo, he'll let you fix a mistake, make a mistake later as well. Okay, so just go for it, have fun, and stick to your plan. And then whatever happens, happens. That's about it. That's all I can say, really. Other than that, yeah, just stick to the plan, know your rules. That's all you have to care about, really. And knowing a bit of what your opponent's rules can do as well. Like, I feel like also in 11th right now, with how you can just say, oh yeah, I'm just fully hidden behind this piece of terrain. You can't see me. I haven't shot you. I feel like you can make a few more mistakes than you normally could before. Or you'll be punished less for mistakes just because, like, oh, I probably shouldn't be trying to get myself staged to deal with this unit, but he can't see me anyway. I'm fully hidden. I'm within this terrain feature. He can't shoot me, so I reposition a bit. It's fine. Yeah, that's all I can suggest. Running mostly not performance like with NA. Ooh, hey, that's pretty good. See how that works. I've got one Phobos Librarian. Fun to use here and there. Ooh, that's the thing. Reavers might be pretty good this edition because if you're contesting a terrain feature, you're going to be point blank with each other pretty much anyway. And the Reavers just need to be within 3 inches to say, yeah, you have no OC now. Or, well, you have -1 OC, which is usually no OC anyway. So I was like, maybe. Ooh, I do have a box of 10 Reavers. Oh, maybe I should see about getting my Reavers built soon and trying them out. Yeah, and they stay battle shocked until pass as well. Yeah, so the Reavers can force battle shocks. They just do -1 OC all the time if you're within 3 inches of them. Ah, for taken hold, maybe have a support squad of Reavers nearby to either take attacks away or it's like, haha, you contested the objective, but you're within range of the Reavers now. So, get screwed with OC. Said channel Discord post list? The war games. Let me see, where's my war games thingy? Yeah, the war games thing. That's just my generic channel for anything, tabletop based or whatever. Just stick it in there. That's a good place to stick them. I need to resort the Discord for a bit because I started the Discord where I was mainly doing robot model kits and stuff and Gundams. Still have them, but I just don't build it as much just because there's so many bloody Warhammer things for me to catch up with. Also, god damn, I also just saw your post with the cabinet. You have a fucking Titan! That's amazing, I love it. Oh, wow, I'd love to see that. Thank you for saying that in the Builders chat. But, yeah. It's a good thing for a friend. Hey. No one would blame you. Put it that way. Those things are fucking expensive. Anyway, so yeah, this little helmet piece, I'm saving this for my Blood Angels captain, so I'm gonna put him just aside here. Okay, now we got the chaplain and ancient. Oh yeah, I've got the ancient. There's an ancient with this set as well. So I've got chaplain and ancient. Then the intercessors, I'll probably build those later. I want to go for Vanguard veterans and the eradicators next, and of course the land speeder. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's go with the chaplain next. So what's the timing like? Okay, I got 1.5 hours till I would ideally finish up. Let's go with the chaplain. Where is the chaplain's runner pieces? These are all Vanguard veterans. Oh, wait, hold on, I see it. Is it? Wow, this is a packed runner. This has the chaplain in it. This has part of the ancient. And this has an eradicator with it. Interesting. So, if these are all in one runner, that means future discount set star sets and stuff they release would have all these units together then, because they already have the mold for that setup. Interesting. So that would be a way to get a bunch of extras of these if I needed them. Yeah, basically, this will be my first regular jump chaplain. And then speaking of bootlegs, actually, I have a bootleg of the original Lamarties, a recast of the firstborn Lamarties model. And my plan is, I'm going to paint, I primed it already, I'm going to paint this as a regular chaplain again. So we have two jump chaplains, one with old Lamarties model, and one with the new model as well. So, yeah. Because he's up on a tactical rock thing already. He's very chaplain looking for sure. No one's going to say, oh, that's Lamarties. No, this is a fucking chaplain. I have the new Lamarties as well, but is he nearby? Do I have the new Lamarties within range of look show off? I should. Up. You in here? Yeah, we go. Yeah, here's new Lamarties. I've been meaning to go back to him to fit up for some more edge highlighting and details, but it's a case of I've painted it up enough to look good, and so now he's going to be like that until such a time I have time to go back to him. Which will probably be a very long time from now, because I have so many more models to get through still. But, yeah, here we go. We got new Lamarties, old Lamarties. About the same height, actually. Although new Lamarties is thicker in most of its dimensions. So, yeah, pretty cool, pretty fun. Very nice model. It'd be nice to actually have multiple jump chaplains I can use of constantly proxying my Lamarties as, oh, today's jump chaplain. No, today he's actually Lamarties. And I'm going to have two of them going soon. For hopefully 2 squads of Death Company and jump packs. Because I have another 10-man box of the Mark II Marines with jump packs, waiting to convert to Death Company. But yeah, now with 11 dishes released, I might have to be expanding my horizons on, which chapters I play. So the second squad of Death Company is on the lower priority right now versus getting my rest of my backlog done, so I can adjust to the tactics and metas. I will return to it eventually, just not now. There we go. Unless there's a major change and I have to return to it ASAP, because oh crap, suddenly the meta, I guess I don't want to chase the meta, but suddenly it's like, oh crap, having 2 squads of 10 Death Company, that's something really, really good. It's like, okay then. And I'll just be rush building those up to get them ready to go for whatever games I play. There we go. We'll see what the future holds. Till then, building my toys, willing to try out different faction stuff, see how the new rules work. Trying to see if I can get Liberate Assault Group to work with this current take and hold disposition. Take and hold on a detachment where 2 stratagems potentially battle shock the squad to do extra things, so I can't take and hold. That's a very major annoyance. Put it that way. We'll see how things go. YOLO, as always. Okay, that's standard smooth. 14, 15. Let's see. Oh, God, where is where? Part where B. Here's 15 up here. This fancy absolver bolt pistol. Yeah. Give. A little seam line along the top of the gun. The bottom of the gun. Trim the nub. Very carefully. And then, where's my pin vise? I can quickly draw the barrel outline now. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good centering. Just a shallow drilling out. Trying to center it out a bit. Just knife. Bring the circle down a bit this way. There we go. Just a shallow barrel drilling just to give it a little indent. Don't need to drill all the way in. That should be good enough. Then a small spot of black paint inside will finish up the effect. We have this. We have this sticks in here. Number 14 for the leg. Need to find a half leg. That's for number 14. It's a lower leg only. Looking amongst all these half legs for a single lower leg. It might not even be on this runner, it seems. No, it's going to be on a different runner. Okay. On the rest of the Vanguard veteran runner? There's the head. $14, here it is. Yep, it was on another runner. I actually does for putting the characters' pits on two different runners. Go. Very carefully. Smoothing it. Between the bits. Go. Trim the peg down. So this sticks in here. Okay. Oh, look at that! He's doing the side pistol pose. He's got his pistol 9 degrees sideways. He's going bang, 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 bang. Nice. So then we have 10, 11. That's the back of his body and the head. Here's the head. Very weird, pipey connection. 10. Here's the back of his body. Yep. Ah, that's hard to reach. Okay, he's got a nub on the book. Start with. That way. Okay. Trim this nub peg down a bit. How about the head? Let's see the hair. Oh, he's got a light, very light little mold line to clean up. And a very sharp, spiky headpiece. Ow. And then trim the peg down so it's easy to remove later. Connects in here. Trim this peg. Then this sticks together. Okay, it's looking cool. Next, 12. Ah, so his leg is part of the tactical rock with a very thin smoke trail here. That's totally not going to snap. Oh god, it's going to just be at the land speeder, isn't it? Snip, snip, snip. Nice. Deal with mold lines as I see them. Okay. Trim the pegs slightly. Okay. Slide this into the leg. Okay, so this little plastic smoke thing here is gonna take all the way to the model and totally not snap mid-game. We will see. 16, 17, shoulder pads. Yeah, at least this will work for a bit for snaps. The Inceptor flight stand will just no. As I say, speaking of Inceptor flight, last stream I did some Inceptors. There we go. Some easy build ones I was given, as well as the multi-part ones, and as you can see here, I went fuck it, brass rod it. I'm just sticking the brass rod in. I just needed to be fucking. I just needed to just stay on the damn base. So I went for brass rod at different lengths, and I've just stuck them on at the different height differences they would have per the base flight stand sizings. So yeah, brass rod it. I don't care if it's visible. I just need the damn thing to stay in place. Couldn't mind having them return more. It works. Yep, exactly. Like, I don't care about the aesthetics of this. The flight stand shit. I need to hold these up in the air. You're getting brass rodded. End of story. Like others, I said, the flight stands can't be that bad, right? Almost immediately, the flight stands are that bad. Fuck them. So yeah, the trial by fire for anyone starting out Warhammer. The day they have to deal with the Inceptor flight stand. Like, oh boy. Like, I'm prepared. Even the land speed, I know the land speed has a similar like very thin smoke stand on it. I'm prepared when that snaps. I'm just gonna blast the rod straight through it. Just because at the end of the day, for me at least, these are play pieces for playing on the tabletop with friends and stuff. So at the end of the day, they need to be a stable game piece that I can move about, flip about, drop if I drop maybe and stuff, hit with a dice, and it needs to stay stable. That's also why I'm deciding to stop magnetizing my models on like troops and stuff, because all the arms flapping about become annoying. Because then they are game pieces that are going to be moved about a lot and stuff. So, you know what? If they don't have the exact weapon I want them, I was just like, you know, just proxy it. It's fine. The game groups I'm in, I'll find proxying. Or if it really bothered me that much, I'd build a second squad of it with the correct weapon pieces. Or the weapon pieces I want instead. And then I'd have the option of both types. I don't know whether they'll be legit models or recasts will depend on how fucking expensive they are. There we go. Stupid mold line between all that is dealt with. There we go. I'll just start with the rod instead of having the bobblehead land. That's better. Yeah, could just go with rod directly. We'll see. We'll see if I even get as far as I can for the land speeder tonight. Again, I'm taking the right now. My philosophy is build the damn models I have to play with them, and as I do that, you know, I'll finish up whichever paint projects I'm in the middle of, and once I've built my backlog, start going back and painting things up, and as I go back to the painting is when I'll, like, for push fit models, change them to, like, blast stands and stuff if need be. Well, I'll try that with the smoke. I'll try that with the, like, smoke stand first, just see how long it lasts, for science. It's a push fit anyway. If it snaps, I can just unpush fit it and then replace it later. So this is looking pretty cool. Let's see, what am I missing? Jump pack, 1920-21. Let's see. Which one is this jump pack going to be on now? This one. 19. Oh, God. Lots of details around it. 19. 21. Where is 20? Here. Nice. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Also, some people are saying this new land speeder, it seems like the existing land speeder, just 10% bigger with all the weapon options in one go. It's like, if that's the case, I am considering, what if I get secondhand the old land speeders and just rebase them? Because they might be going cheaper now. And then, you know, land speeder is a land speeder. You can get bases for cheap pretty easily. That might be a thing. Might be a thing I do. Depends. But it depends to see how useful the land speeder is. Right now it seems very useful with its shoot, move, shoot shenanigans. But that on paper it seems useful. In I have to wait to see in practice if it's useful. Again, I got sick right after the Edition Park release day, so I've had no games of 11th since the day's very small scale games. So I still need time to, you know, fuck around, find out, see how things go. Of course, I was, you know, watching other things like BA Commander and stuff, but then, and reading Reddit, but then it feels like, especially like online, metas people seem to, or models they seem to say work a lot, well, work for their local meta, but does not work for, like, my local meta and so on. Like example, I see everyone lauding the Gladiator Lancer, the Ballistus Dreadnought. They're like, they're must-takes, you must always have them. They're the best thing ever, they're so reliable. But in my experience, like, Gladiator Lancer's like, okay, the main gun fires twice. Okay, it's very reliable, you will wound twice with the main gun, okay. My opponent rolls 2 4-up invulnerable saves. My tank just did nothing to him. So it's like, why? And no one else online seems to be complaining about that, which means, I guess, the meta they're playing in, a lot of their opponents don't have 4-up invuln saves on their, like, big units and stuff. Which, unfortunately, in the meta I play in, I guess the club play in, there was a lot of 4-up invuln saves on the big units. And so having a tank that only fires twice, all it takes is just a 2 4-up spike, and it's like, okay, my tank did nothing, repeatedly, over and over and over. So it's like, That's again why, like, I'm building all my toys now, so that I have the options to mess about with and try to competitively match whatever my local meta is with what my units are, to see what works, what doesn't. Now, if it means not being Blood Angels for a little bit, then so be it. I mean, that again, that's part of the fun of being a Space Marine, because a Space Marine is a Space Marine, so you can change as you like with not much messing around with your army build. And then you get to play with all the Space Marine toys here and there. It's like, I don't use heavy intercessors that often, but, you know, maybe I'll feel like being in the Imperial Fists one day, and then bring up all the heavy intercessors. Let's go charge into a building, and then hold the line for like 5 hours. So yeah, that's the fun of Space Marines as well. There's always going to be something you can try. You play against Necrons a lot for Crimson Fist over Imperials? Ooh. Nice. Local meta, we have a lot of Death Guard, a lot of Necrons, some Knights, some armored Space Marines. There's one person I tend to play often has a lot of Space Marine tanks. That's the case of basically, he's got more tanks than me, so he blows up my tanks before my tanks do anything. There we go. Jump Chaplain. Bonk. That's perfect. 3 nice looking people. Yeah. Yeah, also the Crimson, the new, what you call it? This 11th edition box set. Do I have it here? Yes. It comes with Crimson Fists, water slides, the Armageddon set. That was an interesting thing to see. So you got Ultramarines, Blood Angels, Salamanders, Crimson Fists, White Scars. So they don't have the Imperial Fists in the water slide decal set. So it's like, that was a interesting surprise to see. Although, as I'm looking at now, some people are mentioning it, and yeah, I'm noticing those as well. The Crimson Fist decals, the fist is not centered. Huh. Yeah, some of the Crimson Fists are not centered properly on the circles. Yeah, they're off-center. You can see, well, I'm not sure you can see easily, but the red circle perimeter is thicker here on this side than it is on this side. Wow, G-dubs. Nice. Great first impression. Then we got the, shit, I should have cut this part off for the, Orcs player. I'm going to split with. Okay, no, actually, not note to self. Do it now, before I forget. Let me cut the water slides half of this off. Whoa. There we go. Do I have a ruler? Where's my metal ruler at? I had a metal ruler somewhere here. And I'm not seeing it. I'll use the back of a saw blade then. Or not, I'll just freehand it, it's fine. Just very carefully. Up to the black line. Across the black line. Very carefully. Straight across. Bammo. There we go. Okay. So I gotta give this the Orcs play I'm gonna trade the other half with. Yeah. So I think one of my friends wanted the Crimson Fist one as well. I gotta check if they still want it, then I'll just cut that part out later. First, I'll just put this up here with all my other water slides first. Anyway, we continue on with the next build. It's the Ancient. Let's get the Ancient going. Yeah, not sure how useful he's going to be in this edition for me, but we'll see. Whoops. Did I just press? Okay, never mind. Yep, I hit the music thing, my mistake. Anyway, so yeah, let's work on the Ancient now. Again, I don't know if he's going to be particularly useful to me amongst this. He might be. You never know. Again, Liberated Assault Group became Take and Hold. I need something to take and hold, and having something with extra OC might be useful if I run out of Sanguine Priests. Let's see. Of course, he is mixed up with all these other guys now. Find his body is number 1. Here it is. Okay. Because, yeah, basically, because of the whole leader and support character thing, you can have 2 characters leading things now. Ancient seems like a good idea for some squads that will be pushing forward, just to have extra OC and flip objectives. But then also the point is Sanguinary Priest exists now as a support, and the 5-up Feel of Pain feels like a very, very useful thing to have instead of extra OC. Especially going out in the open to attack someone and flip a point. You're probably going to be on the point out in the open, so you're going to take a lot of a turn far in the next turn, so having the 5-up Feel of Pain gives you a chance to actually stay on the point. So, yeah, I had to figure that out. Well, plus 1 OC and the War OC becomes 0 and then BS then 1, yeah. Well, the thing is, they haven't really confirmed it yet, but they say, like, Battle Shocked, your OC becomes nil instead of 0, and then you can't add to nil, so it seems like Battle Shock would just outright counter the Ancient completely, because you'd have no OC to modify. But again, we had to wait for the full core rules to release, because the core rules in the book you get in the box don't have everything. The book core rules in the app seem to be missing things, or have extra things here and there. So they fixed it. Well, they didn't fix it because by intention, because they gave the example of, oh, you're battle shocked, but you have an Ancient, so you get +1 OC anyway. That was the example in the old rulebook. But in 11th, it seems like you get battle shocked. That's it. You got no OC. You're not controlling anything. Done. Ancient, be damned. So Ancient's only going to be there if you're contesting an objective with someone else. You're both not battle shocked. You're just trying to out OC them on the point. That seems to be the way it's working now. So, yeah. Again, I need to play more of this edition to see how things are meant to be intended and whatnot. That's how it seems like it's being meant to be played now. Which is, yeah, maybe. Again, maybe for Blood Angels it's going to be better, just because a lot of Blood Angels main units have low OC. Well, actually, not really, no, because the Assault Ancestors have 2 OC already. Bringing them to 3 OC might be nice, but then it's like, do they need to have it brought to 3 versus having like a lieutenant or something to let them kill whatever they're killing it with? No. Hello, Kulanova. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? I am building up the Armageddon box set. And you can see here I've been just working on the characters first. They look very dynamic, very cool, very nice looking. And they're push fits, so I can pull them apart for painting purposes later. And yeah, welcome, welcome. Just catching up on the hobby after spending over a week out of action, being sick. I know, just enjoying myself and just seeing how much I can do before I need to sleep. Yeah. Let's see what time it is. It's gonna be at 11. So yeah, I got about an hour. I got a good hour or so to go still. I should be able to get at least a land speeder and maybe the eradicators built tonight. First up, let's get this lovely ancient going. Yeah, new edition. Pretty exciting. Well, pretty exciting and also pretty mind-boggling with all the new shit to work with and stuff. Also, a lot of stuff I have to wait for the codexes to release for confirmation on certain details as well. This box set has the new Vanguard veterans in it, and it has the data card for the Vanguard veterans for playing in the Armageddon box only. Technically, the Vanguard veterans in the Miniform Field Manual are not the new Vanguard veterans. They are points for the old stats still. And we're not going to get the new Vanguard veteran stats until the Space Marine Codex releases, which apparently might be in a month or two's time. So in a weird way, these brand new Vanguard veterans can't be played with their new stats yet, and for another 2 months or so. Because their new stats aren't the official new stats yet. Which is, awkward, to say the least. Very weird, very awkward. I think that's not going to stop anyone from running new stats anyway, just because, why wouldn't you? The new stats are significantly better than the old ones. There we go. Oh, look at that. There's been leaks about getting rid of Oath, or like some factions losing, more factions losing Oath. Like Black Templars lost it, and then they have different abilities. There's supposedly a leak saying that some factions will lose Oath and get something else instead. I don't know if they're going to lose Oath outright, though. But that is some rumors and hearsay right now. Some from Valvak, obviously, and, Valvak is 99% correct most of the time anyway with this. But then we gotta wait, we gotta wait for the book to drop and see what do they say. I would like something better than Oath, honestly. But we'll just have to see how it goes. I think Blood Angels definitely need something better than Oath right now. Because right now, Blood Angels are paying more for their melee units without any real melee buff to them in the first place, and is like, so why? And so the only reason you can justify the extra points of all Blood Angels whose melee units going up is if they had a static melee bonus incoming that has just not been released yet, because, well, it's just not part of the release schedule, but for some reason they decided they're going to put the points, updated points out first for it. So, yeah. Warhammer Plus show is mentioned in passing. Oh, okay. Of course, a Warhammer Plus show. So you have to have a subscription to even get that. Nice. But, interesting to say the least. Also, Tower figures arrived, built 4 firewalls request suits. Trying to be creative with them. It's nice. Good luck with that. Soon you're going to have the Tower Manta And all the fancy shit. Number 7. Seems Tau are doing very well in this edition right now. Apparently, the Tau's best attachments are Purge the Foe, and Tau do what they do best of just gun line and Purge the Foe. And so Tau players are just having a whale of a time. Because like, hey, our main detachment has a disposition that we do anyway, and it seems the range nerf with hidden stuff doesn't matter because they just gun line at 15 inches instead of gun line at the back line. Done. And then they stop blasting. So I think Tau are in a very good position right now. They got an all cover +1 to hit from spotting. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, this is like the melee edition, which is why melee units are getting penalties and stuff. But it's seeming like the gun factions are doing pretty good anyway. You know, they got enough things to anti-detect, anti-ignore cover, and so on. You know, they're in a good way. They're in a good way. There we go. How does it slide? There we go. Oh, look at that. Very heroic looking. I need his backpack, number 9, and his flag, number 8. Where is his backpack? Here it is, number 9. Apparently in a, the first week tournament results that came out, apparently Deathwatch and Leagues of Votann got 100% win rates. Just like, ooh. Oh, that's interesting. I think Tau were pretty high up in there as well. I was like, well, that is concerningly eye-opening if that's the case. Because that means Deathwatch and Votann are going to get a massive nerf to them. But the thing is that both those factions are known shooting factions. And they went 100% win rates in the edition, which is meant to be very melee-based, or forcing you close to melee range. It's like, interesting. Because only one person's running it? Oh! Sample sizing. Okay, that's interesting. Only one person vote on, really? Huh. Interesting. Thought there'd be a few more. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I mean, again, GW has said that they're going to potentially be going up to monthly updates for the first 3 months, just to keep a hang of all the bullshit that can happen, all these modular detachments. So, you know, it could be a tumultuous period of things changing. Like try to build and set up to deal with the way the game works in one way, and then it's like, oh, nope, here's an update. Fuck all your plans. They're changed now. Purge was taken 50% of the time. I'm not surprised. Again, I would take Purge as well if I could. Although priority assets does look a little interesting. But again, specifically for Blood Angels, there's only 3 viable detachments. Liberated Assault Group, the most common one, which got Take and Hold. Which is like, eh. There's Rage Curse Onslaught, which is the Purge one. But then Rage Curse does run the risk of bouncing off targets, just because there's very few strength bonuses in Rage Cursed. And then you get stuck in combat after that, because there's no fallback and charge ability in it as well. So it's sort of it's Purge, but it's a little bit too committed to the Purge. I think Angelic Inheritors is priority assets, but then Inheritors itself is a very high skill ceiling detachment that relies on general reliability to win versus brute force. And then all the other detachments are just the ones that they were never viable in the first place. And even with reduced detachment points, they're still not viable anyway. So it's like, meh. Meh. And hello, Proteus 2003. Welcome, welcome. It's because the first week people wanted the simple stuff to try out in the new edition. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, new edition, try some things, try the funny things. Have time to play multiple tower sub-factions, same squad, no separate rules, just legal. Love variable weapon advanced squad. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is the first week. Yeah, suppose we need to give it a month to see how it goes and see. How are you? I'm doing good. Found a mecha tag. Oh, nice. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm a mecha VTuber. I did a lot of model kits, Gundam model kits and stuff before. In fact, here we go. Here's the Gundam model kit of myself. With obligatory scale waifu pedal. Yep. Although right now I'm on a major, last recently I've been on a major Warhammer binge, just because I got into Warhammer 40k, and very recently 11th edition of the rule set came out, and so the meta's changing, gameplay is changing, and I'm just quickly building up all the models in the 11th edition release box. Like, we got this really fancy flag guy here. So, yeah, if you like that, feel free to give a follow and stick around. I also have Chaos Knights, which are like big Chaos Walker mechs as well, which is nice. But they are very slow projects to work on, so I'm working on like one a month, sort of like that. And probably later this month I'll work on the next Chaos Knight. For now, I'm just building all my models, my backlog models and stuff for Space Marines. Just get them built and ready to play with first, and see. But yeah, thank you for popping in and finding me. I appreciate it. Advert, yep. Well, adverts are running, so taking a drink and having a moment. As always, anyone who can hear me or probably not. Adverts are part of Twitch. I can't really stop it. I run them every 3 minutes just so there's no pre-rolls for new people hopping in. And it's somewhat predictable. And yeah, appreciate your understanding in this. As always, you can also watch Twitch ad-free with Twitch subscription to the channel, but then don't feel forced to do that. Please spend your money responsibly. We all play Warhammer. We ain't spending our money responsibly. But still. Anyway, while the advert runs, I've had a drink. Let me just see. I'm going to skip the intercessors first. I'm going to probably go for the land speeder and the vanguard vets tonight. Yeah, let's go with a big model next. Before the ads finish up. Put these aside. Grab this. Yeah. Oh, hiccup. We'll also take this moment to just check notifications stuff between things. Or was this pig? I've been pinged for something. I'll deal with the ping later. Anything else? Put that to the side, save that for now. Okay, put that to the side there. Ads should be ending soon. That's frozen for some reason. Weird. Browser. Oh my god. Firefox, what are you doing to me? Firefox? Firefox, behave yourself. Oh, okay. It's responding again, I think. Firefox is responding again. Hopefully. Maybe. Okay, all good. Welcome back. Yep. Welcome back for the adverts, everybody. Again, can't do much about the adverts. They're just part of Twitch. I have set them to run every 3 minutes so that at least it stops pre-roll ads for anyone new coming in. And, yeah. That's just how it works. That's how it just goes. They don't show how long the ad breaks on my end, so I just felt like never ending nightmare. Yeah, mine's set to run 3 minutes advertisements every hour. By setting that disables any pre-roll advertisements for anyone new popping in to look at the stream. Just makes it a bit easier when anyone just like popping in is like, oh, here we go. That's what's going on. So yeah, again, I can't do much about that. That's just how Twitch goes. If you want ad-free experiences, there's also you can also do the option to subscribe to the channel. But then again, please subscribe responsibly. And we're all Warhammer players. We're very irresponsible with our money right now in plastic, so fully understand if no one can fucking afford to subscribe. And yeah, that's just how it goes. Anyway, welcome back for the advertisements. I got the Ancient ready to go. So now I'm just skipping ahead to the land speed. I want to do the land speeder next. Let's see. You have 9k space marines like half. Exactly. Exactly. I have about 4k of space marines. So it's like, yeah. Oh god. When you add up the final value and price of all that, it's like, oh my god, how did I financially get this far into this hobby? But yeah. Before getting just hit by gunman ads, yep. So, oh! Thank you for the Dick Punch, Pugma. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Good evening to you. Yep. Welcome to Twitch. You're not allowed to gamble, but we're going to fucking feed you gambling adverts anyway. Because, reasons. Yeah, Twitch adverts are very weird. Well, how are you doing? I suppose the make was Code Geass. Oh, Code Geass. Nice. I have not... And funny thing, I have not watched Code Geass, but I have built a figure from Code Geass. C2 from Code Geass. Do I have the picture nearby on hand to show on stream? Because I painted this on stream as well. Let me see. Is it pictures? Edit. Not on that one. Oh, I'm looking for a picture. I'm looking for a picture. Let me see. It has to be here somewhere. I'm not that disorganized, relatively speaking. Where's my resin figures folder at? For characters, blah 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 blah. Schedule. It should be in one of my schedules as well here. Oh snap! Okay, here it is. I've found it. Was this waifus? Nice. Let me add an image element. This is going to be a bit scuffed because I'm going to be putting this from one of my very old schedule pictures, which back when I had time to make schedules. Imagine how much time you had during COVID when you'd work from home and stuff. The moment you start working from home is like, oh, I don't have time for anything anymore. There we go. There we go. Oh. There we go. I built and painted that resin figure on stream and painted it as well on stream. Airbrush and everything. Yep. Just don't mind it. I even did the marbling on that base. The most thing I'm proud of that base is the marbling I did at the corner of it, which is like, aha! That worked out well. And now she's in a dust-free box at the moment, just because my shelving situation is kind of bleh. That's quite the image? Yes, it is quite the image. It was quite the thing to build on stream. Yeah, yes, I was painting her panties and the gold stripes live on stream. I think it was like 2 years ago now. I need to make space and time to work on another resin figure, because it's been a while. Well, 3D printed figurines don't like the weaker plastic. What can you do? Exactly, yep. Let me see. Let me fuck with the camera a bit, because if I just aim up a bit more. Hello, look at these resin figures I have waiting to be done in my backlog, just staring at me. Let's just say, I think I can only do that one on stream on Twitch, just because these others have the naughty bits that can't be shown on the thing. So those will be for probably Discord, social media, and certain other platform when I get that set up. So yeah, that's to come eventually. But right now I'm deep into the Warhammers and miniatures, and again, just a pre hint. Next week stream might be a funny little sponsored stream with some minis and stuff in it. Just saying. I gotta check if it's going to be next week or the week after, but incoming sponsored stream number 2 soon. I just again got to confirm the times. Sounds quite the time. Yes, indeed. Current waifu is also from Mecha. Aha, which one? Do tell, do tell. Again, my running meme, just because I managed to get the small pillow, and actually I do also like the characters. My current waifu is Asuka, just because I got the small pillow for my little figure here. I do like her design, I do like her character quite a bit. And actually, I have the 30-minute preference kit as well for her, which I was going to do, but then got sick, and then Warhammer things. So, yeah. Nami! Oh, Nami, FMP. Okay, cool, yeah, she's nice. Hold on, wait. Oh, wait. Let me see. Is the redeem going to work? I'm going to redeem my waifu redeem.
What are you, stupid?
Haha!
You realize it's all in your imagination, you mega dork?
Yeah, I got waifu redeem. Lovely art made by the lovely Milky Opie, by the way. And good, the auto message worked. So give a follow to Milky Opie as well. She's a lovely artist. She drew that for me. It was really nice. Really cool. I do need to commission. I probably should commission. I follow a lot of artists I should probably commission. Wait, actually, you know what? Yeah, I follow her streams sometimes. I follow streams as best as I can. I won that art from an artwork in one of her giveaways a while back. And been meaning to commission her, but again, money spent on Warhammer. But not, yeah, no, I mean, FMP. Again, I haven't watched Full Metal Panic, but I do know the characters. She's the orange-haired lady, right? Yeah, orange-haired lady. Yeah, her. Yeah, again, it's like, during COVID times, I had time to watch so many animes, do my VTubing, my scheduling, do the figures and stuff. Then COVID ended, work became busy, and it's like, how the heck am I even keeping things together? I don't know, but I am. And now my weekly streams are basically it's the one night a week where I am doing hobby work. This is my committed hobby night to do my model kits, stream, talk to shit with people who come by, and just just have a good time. Yeah. Everything for white tank tops. Aha. Nice. Let's see. Asuka is like my current longest waifu, I'd say. But I do like Severus Victoria from Hellsing and the Major from Ghost in the Shell. Both of them are... Well, all of them are like aesthetically pleasing. I like them. Okay. Okay, fixed it, please. Refresh to resume stream. That was weird. Hello. Is everyone back? Speak it to me if you can hear me. Yeah, I was saying, the Major and Severus Victoria were two other waifus. Like, characters that found aesthetically pleasing and, generally like them overall. So yeah, so it's the Major, Severus Victoria, and Asuka. Those are my waifus. Those are the consistent waifus, at least. Yeah, Ahsoka with her eye patch, badass indeed. I was like, I like all the characters in Evangelion, but I don't know, just Asuka's design is just more visually pleasing to me. Put it that way. Just the hot redhead Sundari Baka machine. Oh yeah, I've been looking to get into. I think like resin figure statue wise, I haven't seen many Ceres Victoria ones. There's one for the major, but that's extremely expensive, so I haven't gone that yet. Laura bouldering from Infinite Stratos. I've heard of Infinite Stratos. I haven't seen it, but let me do a Google of Miss Laura and see. Because I might know the character at least. Oh, her! The eye patch lady. Okay, no, I know. Alright, so, I've seen her. I just didn't know she was from Infinite Stratos. No, she's cute. She's nice. Perfect. But yeah, I don't know what happened. My OBS just suddenly crashed randomly. It's like, well, okay. I think that's like the first crash I've had in over a year on my OBS. During stream, at least. I've had it crash off stream, but not during stream. So, interesting. But anyway, let's go. I'm building this land speeder right now. Look, we've got the two little legs here. Apparently, the feet just disappear into the floor. And you just don't worry about where the feet are. Fine, you just don't worry where the feet are. Rule of cool. That's all I care about. Wait, I need 4, 5, 6. 6. I'm kind of tempted to get the storm speeder now. But again, this case of I have to be careful and like, do I want the storm speeder because I want it, or do I want it because of meta stats? And so I have to stop my really think. Do I really want a storm speeder because I want the storm speeder as a model? Or do I want the storm speeder to combo with this land speeder and do speeder things? Which is a thing, but then if you want to start comboing things, you can need multiple. And then that is like, oh god, that's another financial rabbit hole. Which I don't want to get into yet. Yep, just slot that in. There we go. Yeah, this pretty much looks like a 10% bigger land speeder. Let's see, 4, 5. Also figure out what gun to use. The flamer seems like the obvious option, but the Gatling gun might be slightly better. Might be is the keyword. Hold on, where... Whoop. Lieutenant, get back up there. Where is 4, 5? Oh, here it is. Let's see. But I'm thinking, what? Otherwise, because I know, growing up, I really liked mecha shows. Also, I think the time when I spent the most time watching mecha shows, I was too young to have a waifu, put it that way. And so I only focused about the cool robots. I didn't focus on the sexy women, the shows. Now I'm older, it's like, oh, sexy ladies. Hello there. Ladies, I need to go back. I still have to go through and watch and rewatch so many old animes to reappreciate them. Which was one anime that had retro features in, like besides Tetsujin, 56. Oh yeah, like Tetsujin, Big O, Solar Getter. Yeah, all those like again, all those old animes, they were really good. Also, they had much higher budgets back then as well to do the shit they were doing. Oh, this way goes here. And let's see, what else? Tetsujin 28. What else was like Tetsujin? There's the Big O, for sure. So thank you for the follow, JC Goldman. Welcome, welcome. Big O, Tetsujin. I'm racking my brain from the Super Robot Wars playthroughs I've been watching, but I'm not recording any others really from that period. I guess, giant robo? The big silver giant robo dude? Hey, welcome, welcome. How you doing, man? Yeah, giant robo. What's it called? What's it called, giant robo? Giant robo. Yes, literally called Giant Robo. 2000, not 2007. When was it? When did you release? What was the release date? 1967. 67! Yeah, welcome, Goldman. I'm building a bunch of Space Marines from the 11th edition box set right now. They're all push fit. So, my plan is I'm going to push fit them together now. And then paint them up later. And, you know, they're really nice, really cool, really fancy. And thank you for the hydrate, Dr. Anime. Welcome, welcome. I shall hydrate right now. But it looks like, let's see, because at the timing right now, it looks like I'm going to get the Storm Speeder done, well, Land Speeder done. Maybe get the 3-man Eradicator squad done. And then that, I'll probably be able to call it at a decent time, so I can still sleep at a decent time. But, yeah. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for popping in. There we go. And then also, I gotta recheck with the scheduling, but next week, or the week after, I gotta recheck. It might be a funny little sponsored stream again. I wonder what I've been sponsored to do. But we are interesting to say the least. And I'm going to probably... We should recheck the time on that, because I do have to prepare for that stream beforehand as well. But yeah, hopefully you can look forward to that. Oh, what's going on here? One second, I'm stepping something. Oh, save you, Amuro. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Let me give you a shout out. Save you, Amuro. What were you up to? You're playing art. Oh, you're arting. What were you arting, my good person? And thank you kindly for the raid. Really appreciate it. I'm Coleman, the Plamo VTuber. I VTube. I've got a very frozen VTuber model right now because my tracking cam decided to bloody die. Or just not work from the start of the stream. And so, you know what? Stream must go on. I'm going to stare at you in the face. And just stare at you all the time. While I build these lovely little minis here. You're enjoying Flander, but feeling well, so stop it. Oh, well, I hope you feel well. Have a good rest. Hello, Anya. Welcome. How you doing? What you doing? Welcome. Thanks for popping by. So yeah, right now, got all these lovely dudes. This captain, the ancient, the chaplain with the jump pack. He's coming to bonk you. And Mr. Nerd with his magic stick. Going pew pew. So I got these guys done. You can see my death company over here where to be based and stuff. And now doing a lovely land speeder. Little scout craft that goes pew pew and a lot of things. Having had one streets raid, thank you kindly. Very happy to see you here as well. Thank you very much. But yeah. I will keep you if you need to go. Thank you for bringing your community over, and yeah, thanks all coming. And yeah, I do a lot of model building, model painting, miniature building painting and stuff. Sometimes bigger models, bigger figures and stuff, as I was showing off earlier. Like, showing off this. Oh, wow, you recentered again. Hold on. This is a very old schedule I had. We were talking about CC and Code Geass, and I've done a statue of her. I built and painted it up. You can check out that ass and that marble effect I did. And need to find time to do more of these figures. So yeah, I need to get a full gallery out again. I've been meaning to get like a gallery of all the figures I've done. So there's one place. Here's a portfolio of everything I've done. I've just been busy, not done that in a while. So yeah. Also the other day I was painting up this little apothecary to be a sanguinary priest to my army. White again being a bitch to paint, but still. Here's a lovely detailed little model. Again, I didn't do the head yet, just because as I was doing it, I decided maybe I want a different head, but well, we'll see. Maybe also, yeah, I should. Also, because I'm trying to find time to learn to do regular art. Well, sketching art, hand sketching art, digital art. I'm trying to find time to do that as well. in my bloody ass schedule. So more portfolios, more better. So yeah. 11th edition of Warhammer 40k came out last week. I got the box set for the start of the edition. And then I got sick for a week and didn't touch anything. So yesterday was the first time I touched any models since. And now I'm just building up whatever I can tonight before it goes too late. And then it'll be future beast problem to paint them up. So yeah. Again, thank you for coming. And again, if you need to rest up. And thank you for bringing community over. And now I need to continue snipping these off and see. Which are what anime set in the 70s? Yeah, exactly. Now we're discussing like old animes and stuff. Waifus and old animes. And again, I need to watch so many of the old animes again. Mike Gine, Code Geass, Getter, all the Getters, Robot Ninjas Tobikaze. That was an old favorite of mine, which I haven't seen in decades. Oh god, I'm old. So yeah. There we go. Yeah. Sand this down. Like, so many things to watch, so many things to do, so many hobbies to work on. You know, just working it slowly one at a time. Also, I need to rework on my VTuber model again. This VTuber model I did was based on a picture of this very thing I have here, which then I rigged in some eyes and animations in myself through a bunch of tutorials. And then I've been busy since. I've never been updated or changed my designs and stuff. Like, the closest to an update in my design so far is the current Pog emote. There you go, his Pog emote. Drawn by Inali. Should help draw that? And that was based on a half-done sketch I did of the feature what I was planning on making, which then I just had no time to finish. That seems a constant. There's all things I planned to do, then I had no time to actually finish up to do. So, yes. Again, I started this channel with the idea of I'm going to DIY everything I do at least the first time. So that's what I do. I DIY things, I art things and stuff. And I'm starting to realize life is busy. Maybe doing DIYing everything myself as much as I want to, time-wise isn't practical. So, you know, I'm figuring things. But right now, new models! New addition to Warhammer! New rules to learn! New things to play with! Let's get them built to actually play with in the first place. Because, thankfully, a lot of Warhammer minis are very small when built. So I get a lot of space freed up on my shelves as I empty out the boxes and flatten them for my Warhammer stuff. So leading up to 11th edition release, and then for tonight, I'm just building models so I can flatten their boxes so I can get more space back in my shelves. And then I have the models built to play with at least. And, you know, just try and see. I know a lot of people, they will do the strategy of they don't play with a model until they've built and fully painted it to make sure they paint all their models. In my case, I need the space, so I'm going to build them and play with them. And then, if some models start performing better than others, I find they're a lot more useful, I'm taking them more regularly, then they skip ahead the paint queue compared to other models, which I won't be using as much. And yeah, that fit together quite nicely. Look, it's taking shape. The little speeder boat barge thingy, hover thingy. Let's see, need 9 and 10. And of course, it also has this. It's got this jank-ass stand with multiple weak points that could break. So it's like, I'm prepared for the stand to snap eventually and have to restand it with a blast rod instead. I always say though, this kit's stand is very precarious. But like, I will not be surprised the day it accidentally snaps, because holy shit, it's got a real thin part right here, and this is a very big model That's going to be hanging off the top of it. Even if it is hollow. It's got, even if it's hollow, it's actually got a lot of plastic still for it. So it's going to actually have a decent weight still. Well, we'll see what happens. One show, yeah, the previous show was broken. Also, that one in the previous show, it was blatantly 3D printed. You could see the print lines along it, and it broke along its print lines. It's like GW is not hiding the fact that they are 3D printing their own models for these preview shows. And then they're making the molds based off the 3D print. Like, they're doing a lot to, like, shut down the 3D printing STLs and stuff, but they themselves are definitely making use of 3D printing for their prototypes. And the prototypes that are being painted up and shown off at the preview shows. So, like, they're not even, like, rapidly 3D printing it for the prototyping, but then producing the mold and then doing a paint up of the proper plastic molded one. No, they're just saying, paint the printed part. Send it. Done. We don't care. Yes, painters need mold for us for done. Level of painting take months to paint them. Yeah, exactly. And you'll think also it will take more time to paint them now because they're receiving these 3D printed things which have all the obvious blatant print lines on them, so they need to paint in a way to try to like hide those print lines as best they can. Like putting a wash onto those, that wash is going to go to every single one of those print lines for sure. So they can't really, they have to manually shade them all. They can't just say wash done. No. Like, in my case, I have, where is it? Here we go. There. Ah, this is dusty. What the heck? Where did all this dust come from? Just brush it off a bit. Like, I have this 3D printed Vindicator here. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to treat this with like a thick primer first. Or like a surface of 500 primer. Sand it down to fill out the gaps. Then paint again just to hide the print lines on this. I was like, that's just an extra step you have to go through just to, you know, to make it look nice. Especially on the side here as well. But it seems like GW doesn't give them enough time to even do the filling part, so they just gotta paint it as is. You will see the print lines. Simple as. Most expensive, yep, and they take a while to hone in. Look at each sprue and each cylinder tells you what version it is. Yeah, exact. Oh. The cylinder tells you what version it is. Oh, so, oh yeah, so they do update the sprues as well. I think, how about what else this will say? Warhammer 2026. Age Extra Limited. Some dots and stuff here. We got like numberings 993 901 01 072. Yeah. Well, this is starter set stuff, so they're probably not going to change this one much. Oh, backside. Let's see. Do I see anything marked on this? On the left, you say? Oh, wait. You say, oh, on the left. Yeah. What? Wait. 993010172. P1. No, that's just the part number. The Chapman decided to fly off the table for a second. He's back now. Not obfuscating it. For each version they do, if it fails, they punch a hole in it. Oh, really? Oh. So it could be these little holes here they punched? Like this. Not seeing any marks anywhere. Oh, really? I see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 punches on this. How interesting. Nice. Ah, learn something new every day. learn a fun fact every day. Nice. So that went through 11 versions, it seems. Pretty cool, pretty neat. Only 11 versions as well. Wow, must respect how expensive it is then if they had to redo it 11 times for it to work. And now that's production version. The secrets of the punches are revealed. How lovely. There we go. This whole thing just fits on top. It whole thing fits on top. Yeah. So you see why they use 3D printing and work it up while they figure out how to produce it. Yeah, exactly. I suspect they would be 3D printing now that technology's come far enough to be fast enough and structural enough, detailed enough to do it. Well, it's like they just use the 3D printed model for the preview shows. They don't try to hide the fact anymore. It's like, well, okay, cool, alright. Like I say, they need to send these to the painters months in advance, so probably, literally, that is all they have to send to the painter in the first place. So, like, here it is. Make, we need it for the show. Because I also heard, like, they have the models, like, all these models that they've got the thing out, sent to the painter, painted, and sent back to them, like, 1 or 2 years in advance. So, tell you, the painters know the release schedule up to 2 years in advance, because they painted already. They're just under NDA and stuff. It also could also mean like, aha, they released a model like this, but then they changed the rules since then. Fuck. That's annoying, isn't it? It's like you say, I think, same with the rules where, like, they released the FAQ rules already for like this version, but they've already been working on like 2 versions later without knowing what the existing FAQs are. So I was like, oh god. Anytime there's an update, it seems to never take into account the existing updates that came beforehand, and it breaks stuff again. There we go, this just goes on top. So. Yeah, the for Huddle thing, this still has got some decent weight to it. Would not want to drop it on my foot. Yeah. A little spoiler. With a very large nub at the side. Oh. Sand it flat. There we go. Let's see. Speeder is almost done. Haha. Stick it down. Oop. Stick it down. Boom. Aha. Very nice. Now we've got the weapon pods and the peoples. Weapon pods and the peoples. 16 and 18. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Trimming it off screen just because I can't fit the venom in the In view. There we go. Nice. I can see like how where part of the price of these comes in for these models, just because how many times they need to update it, all the small Ds and stuff, but still it's like they could be pretty expensive. Well, again, once they make the mold, they just gotta print it out. Well, print everything. Well, again, not print out. Produce it en masse, and then hope the rewards and hope the print mold lasts long enough. Keyword is hope. So I put this the wrong way. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go. Pop it open. We'll say though, like something like the heavy intercessors kit though, that is the leg molds on the heavy intercessors are goddamn awful, and I think their mold for it either it has a big gap in it or it's already aging and it's making more gaps on the legs as they produce it. Because oh my god, every time I build a heavy intercessor kit, the leg mold lines are fucking awful. They are extremely thick. It sucks because I love heavy intercessors. But goddamn, it's annoying to deal with building them. It's better than yeah, I suppose it's better than resin at least. Better than resin at least, although a lot of things are better than Forge World resin. Even the made in China resin copies of the Forge World stuff, their resin is usually better than the Forge World resin. Which is hilarious to say the least. It's like I've got a lot of the China recasts of like the fine castings and whatever, and that resin is a breeze to deal with. It's one of two ways: either the resin is extra flexible and surprisingly easy to deal with, or it's good old regular extra stiff resin, but then that means it can stand up some punishment while sanding and so on without the warping and whatnot. And in both cases, like, so the knockoff ends up being a better quality than the official. Go figure. Yeah, what's the fact? Yeah, the fine. I've heard the stories of the fine cast, and they're like, oh god, Jesus, man, that was a debacle, to say the least. Now, the anime section work on all resin as well, but then it's actually decent resin, very strong, very stiff, very heavy, with very little heat warping issues at all with them. Of course, now we're in the realm of 3D printed resin, and that's a whole new thing. Like, I've worked on 3D printed, I've sanded models from 3D printed resin, and the resin is types of resin vary wildly. Again, somewhere it's been so stiff I really couldn't sand it at all. And others where it's like, why is this so flexible? It's like, it's so elastic and flexible. It's like, holy shit. Apparently, like, I know, like, if you're printing stuff, you can, like, mix the resins to get the textures you want. It's like, if I had a bigger place with a lot of ventilation, I'd be neck deep in resin printing and stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have such space, and so it's like, yeah, no, I'm going to leave it to the experts to fuck around with, and I'll just be the end consumer of the models made from it. Like, I don't have the time in my life to calibrate 3D printers anymore, unless there's a job to do. But then there's a chicken and egg issue of I don't have experience, I'm not going to get a job in it, and so on and blah and whatnot there. Also, it's also like in the big push for the printing and stuff, somehow safety didn't push alongside it, and so there's a bunch of people with like damaged lungs and stuff from PLA filaments, particles and stuff, and resin particles with the chemical burning, and it's like, yeah, that's an issue, isn't it? And knowing me, I probably would have kept a hand on the safety, but still, I probably would have fucked myself one way or another with the things. So yeah, would love to have a resin printer, but realistically, I probably can't. Don't have the time to deal with one. I'll be the maybe I'll make the 3D models, but I'll be the end consumer of the models, not the producer of them. Snip. Almost got the storm. Well, land speeder ready. Haha. Just gonna sand a little bits down. Now look at the time. It looks like I'll be finishing almost exactly at midnight, so that'll be the perfect time to raid out. Yeah. This is looking pretty nice, though. I think they said, was it this land speeder in the starter set, unlike the others, which are monopose starter build things, this land speeder kit is the kit. This is going to be what the final kit's going to be, because it really comes with all the weapon options it has. It comes with the alternating weapon parts and whatnot, so it's like, okay. If I need more of these later, well, they're going to be fucking expensive, but, they will at least be pretty easy to build up. This does look pretty... In person, it looks a lot better. I feel like it looks simple in the pictures, but in person, it feels and it looks a lot nicer than the pictures can give justice to. I'm enjoying it a lot. Anyway, so I've got those little bits on here. So it looks like next is going to be the infantry and details. And the choice of the hull weapon. And I'm not sure if I want the flame or the Gatling gun, honestly. I think stats-wise, the Gatling gun might potentially punch up here or there a bit. You get some cheap second-hand as it comes in Armageddon to be able to sell those. Yeah, exactly. If the guy I'm selling the Orcs half of this box set to doesn't pull through, I might see about swapping the Orcs half for the Space Marine half with someone else instead. And just get a second set of all this. Yeah, okay, we'll see. Yeah, so I potentially have someone buying the Orcs half of mine. If not, I'll see about a trade for the other half, and then just get another landsman, get another second set of characters. Gonna need at least 2 librarians. More captains are always good for Space Marines. More jump chaplains are always good for Space Marines. More ancient, might be useful, might be not. Cool model anyway. 10 intercessors, well, more bodies for hit bashing and whatnot. And they're fancier bodies because they have the mixed armor pieces now, so they is good parts fodder. Now let's build the driver and stuff now. 22, 20, 325. It's 25. So yeah. Again, the new detachment for the Fulgaris detachment for speeders might be good. Feels a little bit, maybe they're making this attachment for speeders just because they're getting new speeders, so they're trying to get you to buy more of it. But it might be useful still. Again, a move, shoot, move, 14-inch moving vehicle that would take at least medium firepower to deal with. It is a good, I wouldn't say distraction con effects, but it's a good support and a good little distraction that doesn't cost too many points. That would like draw fire off from your other dudes, hopefully, as things got hot. I guess it's like one of those units where it's not threatening enough to warrant a big thing shooting it, I'd say. But it's annoying enough that the opponent will have to deal with it somehow, and thus split some of their incidental fire off onto it, which would normally be hitting my jump marines or something instead. So I was like, okay. And again, 95. Right now, I think it's 95 points. It's pretty cheap. It's kind of affordable. Yeah, it could be interesting, put it that way. A third of a melter shot hitting a tank is always going to be there. So yeah, see how it goes. Again, also, Storm Speed is one of those, like, it's those stapled Space Marine units from ages back that, you'd have it just because Space Marines have it. Kind of like drop pods. Thing is, I never got the drop pod because they updated to the new drop pod, and the new one sucks for transport. And unfortunately, rules-wise, it just kind of sucks anyway right now. It's all sucked, and it kind of sucks more now. So, yeah. I'll eventually get a drop pod. It's just, I'm not in a hurry to get one right now. There we go. One dude in his scout armor. Just fit down in here. Boom. There we go. We got one scout dude in. You can just wait over assault list? Yeah. Oh, well, guys. The new one comes in the pack of 2. You'll get 2 in one box. But then it can't fold up, so you have to somehow get it and all those landing petals to fit somewhere in the terrain. Which is like, why did you not let the thing fold up, or at least be easily built without the landing petals? When they don't even matter to your deployment anyway. So I think G-Dubs, I think, have missed the mark greatly on the drop pod in terms of how to handle its rules and how they did the new model. But it's one of those iconic Space Marine things, though. I just wish it was more useful. I don't know. Rules may change. Rules will update. Just so you having it on your shelf with your Marines further outdoors so I can have a diorama. Yup. But I think it's going to leave some really big empty space if you don't build it with the doors. What was really annoying when we were looking at it, so we have to have the doors built to make it look decent. But then the doors don't count towards any of its footprint anyway. So what's the point? Versus the old drop pod, which is now... The old drop pod's been moved to 30k, so they didn't even retire the old kit. The old kit's around, but they rebranded it for 30k. And technically, the old and new drop pods have different footprint sizes. They are slightly different in size. So depending how any tournament you're going to and stuff is, they're going to oh no, you're using the wrong drop pod. You got to use the other drop pod. So yeah, again, GW I feel like GW has done the drop pod really dirty, but hey, don't let mine stop you. Again, drop pod is one of those things where it's it's the iconic thing. If you want a drop pod, get yourself a drop pod. Just know the rules are kind of bullshit with them. They're kind of bullshit in the case of they're kind of shit. Put it that way. Yeah, we've got a lot of curved surfaces to clean here. These melter babbles. And seams to clean up. Oh, tac marines, so you don't need to tell me. Oh, the tactical marines. They were good before, and then the Primaris came out, and they were better. I mean, technically, they're pretty point efficient for, like, points holding and stuff. 10 for 140, and then you can combat squad them to 2-5, so technically it's 70 points for 5 of them. You have 2 squads of that. Good little action monkeys, or just holding for something here and there if you need 2 sets of them. But yeah, welcome to G-Dubs. I think the only thing worse than them right now is the Desolation Marine. Because they got the stupidly sized Nerf guns, and they're so extremely badly points costed. It's like, why would you ever take them? They're just bad. But pay 20 more for sticky. Yeah, pay 20 more. Sticky, better guns, a lot more shots per gun. Assault keyword as well. Yeah, they've. I'm amazed they haven't legended them yet. You would think when them came out, when they say, "All right, they're gone now, get the new shit," but no, they haven't legended them yet. They're still around. They and the Devastator squad are still around. They just can't be led by anything, and they are just subpar. So it's like, like, just do it, DW. Let them die in peace. Finally, give them the Emperor's mercy. Codes drop them up? Probably. Again, we'll see. I think they said Orc Codex is going to come out first. Then the Space Marine will come out after it. So we've got about a month and a bit, I think, till we get the Codexes out. So, the Tax and Devastators will be around for at least a month and a bit. They can be... yeah. I think Devastators can't be there anymore, but Tacticals can. Or something weird like that. Let's see. This mounts here. Okay, the melter gun mounts here. That is a nub to clean up. This attaches the arm. The other arm. Sand it nicely. There we go. Devs can, as I use Dev and Chief Lib. Oh, Chief Librarian together can do it. Oh, okay. I see. So I don't play Ultramarines much, so don't really remember what their leadership attachments are. And okay, that's cool. That's nice. You still have the option. Okay, so now we have this melter guy here. Let's flip it. The piece 11 is pipe. It's this one. So that's what the gun's going to rest against. Oop. Yeah. I think there still might be a place for Devastators. Just because there's no decent Primaris unit that has, like, grav guns or las cannons, really. Issue is whether they're points efficient enough to still work, is the issue. Apothecary, Captain Lieutenant Librarian as well. Oh, really? Nice. Yeah. Go. We have the Space Marine that sits down on top with his Melter. Boom. Aha. Nice. Okay, so the melter gun is on. What? Also, ad break in 30 seconds, so I'll use that moment to just sand some things, choose the weapons. And then probably after the ad break, I will... Well, after ad break, after I finish filling this thing up, I'll probably find something out to raid out to, because it'll be late. And, yeah. So let's just see. Base. No, the bottom gun and the base. I have to choose. I think... I'll do the flamer bottom first, but I think because it's push fit, I can just swap the weapon as I like later. So yep, catch y'all after the break. I'll take a moment to sip some water as well. Snip, snip. Very nice. There we go. Let's see. Carefully sand. Along. Deal with the mold line. Nice and carefully. Alright, good. Oh, drink some water. Drink some water, I remember. Very nice. Stick that back in. Sand it smooth. Okay, that's a flamethrower here. Then the stand. Got the extra pieces of this runner, so I don't need to save this for later. Nice. Oh, wait a second. How interesting. Okay, alright. I got something interesting. I just got something interesting for when the ad break ends. Let me just snip this out before it ends. Bear with me. Bear with me. Welcome back from the ad break, everybody. Hold on, I'm snipping something out because I just discovered something with this. Okay, the bottom of the land speeder here. There's the hole where the base stand plugs in. There's also this little bulbous indent here. And there's no stand that came with this, other than, you know, this rocky piece with the tactical smoke and the back of the land speeder. But then, look at this. It also comes with a piece for the back of the land speeder, which is not part of the tactical rock and tactical smoke. So you can build it without the smoke and rock tactical stand. But then if you do build it without it, the one back here, it has nothing to hold itself up. But then there is this one little indented ball right here, which serves no purpose and nothing plugs into it. So they gave the land speeder 2 base options, with and without the tactical smoke piece. If you do without tactical smoke, I guess they put this here for you to put your own base stand on, which doesn't seem to be included, but they give that option. Oh, interesting. So, just because I want to have the model just sit straight and stay right now, I'm going to use the base stand one, but need to remember that they also gave the option of the without the base stand, and you can make your own stand for it later. So, alright, that's an interesting little thing they've included. It's not in the instructions, but the parts are there. It's like, huh, how cool. How interesting. Did not see that. Also, oh, that's a injection point here. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, little neat little thing. Would not expected such from GW, but they did do that. Yeah. Trim and remove the rest of this, just so it's all together. So this goes to the back of this. This attaches to the speeder very carefully. Ugh. Oh god! Oh god! Look at that! Oh god! Look at that stand! Oh, that's janky as shit. Let's see. So this is supposed to go in like this, right? Oh, look at that jank! Oh, oh, that's a stand, all right. Well. Whoa, 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 whoa. We'll see how long this lasts for, I guess. Well then, okay, so let's quickly trim out the last bits, the rest, the basing and his other gun. And then the land speeder we're done. 2 days, you guess, indeed. Zionic, what the heck are you doing awake at this time, man? Hello and welcome. 2 days is a guess? Maybe. Yep, 2 days late. Welcome, Zionic. Check out. It's the Armageddon speeder with the, jank-ass, really tall tactical rock and tactical smoke holding onto the speeder at this one little point up here. So, it's totally not going to snap there, or there, or there, or there, or there, or the one peg is used to hold on there. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's it, I did say, it seems to have come with a second lower piece without the tactical smoke. And there's this little indented round bit here that serves no purpose. I guess you can make your own stand and stick it to this part here instead if you want. So they gave you a second flight stand without the tactical smoke and rock. And I was like, well, okay then. Interesting to say the least. What the fuck happened to the flight stands? Yeah, exactly. This, interesting what they've done with it. Well, there, so, let me just get this in here. Yeah, welcome to Zionic. It is 95. Oh, yep. Welcome to hell. Am I right? I mean, this guy, look at this guy, the librarian stand. It's jutting over an inch off the edge of it as he does his psychic blast bullshit. And then we have the chaplain. He's got the tactical rock and the tactical smoke going up to his foot. And that's holding him up in the air. But the chaplain is light compared to this massive, heavy thing. So it's like, The chaplain feels a lot more secure than the speeder does. Ancient, he's got just a respectable little tactical rock to stand on. You know, it's pretty decent. And then Captain is on his super heroic rock here. Ready for action. Check it out. I really love this captain. He looks amazing. He's got there's that seam of his cloak. That's gonna have to be dealt with before painting. But you know, it's pretty good. Of course, they're gonna be for my Blood Angels. I don't know which company they're gonna be for because, again, I'm gonna recheck what my company structure is to see who is what and where. Most could be second company. The captain, I gotta find him some spot somewhere. Because I know I've got a second, fifth, and eighth company captain already. And I'm keeping first company. I might have a first company captain planned already, so he's probably going to be one of the other battle line companies. Just a sword and shield captain ready to go. Yeah. As you can see here, I've got my death company from the Mark II Marines here. I had a plan I was going to base these as well tonight after building, but then the building took a last standing, so I never got to these yet. But the Mark II Horus Heresy Marines are my death company. They're hallucinating, they're in the Black Rage, they're hallucinating, they're in the Horus Heresy era armor as they're going berserk. So, huzzah, yeah. With the obligatory, not World Eater's character, Blood Angel's Death Company captain, charging forward his Inferno pistol and his Power Fist. With a very lovely moustache. So, yeah. Well, let me see with that. So, let me quickly see what was next. Oh, yeah. It is a push-fit kit, so I'm going to quickly build the Gatling gun. You have the option of the Flamer or the Gatling gun as the lower Pinter weapon. So I'm just going to quickly snip and assemble the Gatling gun, just so it's here to be used should I change my mind to it. And yeah, because right now I'm not sure if the Flamer is going to really matter much versus the Gatling gun that can pop a death wound here or there against a vehicle. So, build both, and since it's push fit, I have the option to swap them as I like. Which is pretty nice. Imagine guess who with a Marine suffering the Black Rage. Yep, exactly. Come on, snip this out here. Nice. Gatling guns my personal favorite. Yep. I feel like if... That's the thing with Flamers. A lot of things in Space Marines, unless you're an Infernus squad, one Flamer really isn't going to do much for you. Versus the Infernus squad, which is 5 Flamers. Through voluminous shots, they're going to do something for sure. And they also force a battle shock check as well when they hit something. Which they auto hit because it's Flamers. So it's an automatic battle shock check every time they shoot at something. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of blatantly obvious which is better. But I do like the look of the Flame a bit more. Again, push fit, I can swap him as I like. Infantry only, yep, exactly. Infantry only, the Flame would be good, but the Gatling gun, it can punch up a little bit against a vehicle. There we go. Nice. So we have the Gatling gun option. So, yeah, here we go. So that is majority of this done. So what's left is the 10 regular dudes, the 5 jump marines, and the 3 of the new Eradicator with the heavy bolters. The Infernus thing. Still, Battleshock Infantry in this new edition where you have to hold objectives is a pretty good option. So, yeah, there we go. I'll probably handle these a bit off-stream, a bit next stream. And also, next stream, again, I have to recheck, but either next stream or next stream is going to be a sponsored stream with some lovely minis. Just a little preview tip on that. I just got to reconfirm the timing on it. So, yeah, there'll definitely be a lot of social media postings when I can confirm whether it's this next week or next for the sponsorship. But, yeah. And the sponsorship will probably be 2 streams at least for doing all the building and painting and whatever I'll be doing. But with that, though, I think it is time to send the fun off to somebody. Let us see whomst is there at this time we can send the fun to. Let's look and see. Who is going? Oh, I see some peoples. Let's take a look. Let's browse. Well, quite a few of my follow list right now. Anything doing something similar as me at the moment? If not, I see some good options still. Browsing. Looking. Let's see. Whoop. How about this? Let's take a look at this. I'm browsing and seeing. Let's see. Whomst is there? There's quite a few peeps on. Oh, trying to open the bloody category, please. Thank you. Looking. If anyone has suggestions, do let me know as well. Hmm. Hum. Oh, wait, hold on. I see options, but let me just recheck if I haven't sent the fun to them recently. Just get a little bit of variety going. But it has been 2 weeks since last stream because I got fucking sick for a week. Ooh, hold up. Oh wait, wait. I don't think I've sent the fun to them before. For a little bit. Let's get this way going. Let's see if it works first before I announce it. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go raid Sheila. Come and go tavern. A lovely person, does art, knows a bit of Warhammer things. They're playing Hightail right now. Good fun, casual time there. And a bunch of shenanigans. Yeah, thank you all for coming. Great, appreciate it. I stream every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Japan Standard Time, usually. My socials are here. The Discord is here. We can get the raid message going. The raid message, it can be, the community has come to... The community comes raiding in on very flimsy tactical rock stands. And then we can add some emotes to the end of this as well. Bap, 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 bap. There you go. There's the main message. Feel free to copy and paste it and change the emotes that any of you may have. And yep, good. Have a good sleep, Zionic. Good luck with the heat. Thank you all for coming. Great, appreciated. And yeah, until next time. Yeah. Away we go.